Ooh, are we live?
Oh.
Live.
Are we?
I guess so.
Oh no.
I hope so, because I mean that was quality content right there. That was top tier.
Just greeting everybody with a calming, gentle presence. Let the tippy taps make all your fears melt away.
I mean, is this helping people fall? It's 8:46 p.m. here. It's not time for bed.
Depends on what time is to you anymore.
That's true. Time really doesn't have a whole lot of meaning.
Nope.
Darkwing Spartan, this is a promising start.
Welcome to the bunker, friends.
Welcome once again to the Geek Critique stream team. Today, we're going to be experiencing the world of ASMR. Or Freedom Planet, one or the other.
ASMR. Freedom Planet.
No, probably just Freedom Planet.
Yeah, just normal. I can't whisper for that long.
I wasn't ready for ASMR on the Geek Critique of all people. Neither was I. I wasn't expecting it. I just hit the start streaming button and she started doing it.
What makes me fall asleep is my business.
What makes me fall asleep is listening to professional wrestling podcasts.
I know. I hear them.
which is what I've been doing for like 15 years now. Yeah.
I don't know how you go to sleep like that. I need blissful, pure silence.
Immediately, Roy Berry is here saying it's snack time.
God damn it.
So, I'm gonna do something a little bit different. Kat, you know I love you. But I don't necessarily want this entire stream to be totally dominated by us talking to the chat. Like, I think that we need to, like, pay a little bit more attention and talk about, like, the game that we're playing a little bit more. Mm-hmm. At least for part of this. So here's how this is gonna go. I'm gonna start up the game and I'm gonna read the description and the thing that, like, the person who requested it wanted me to say. And then we're gonna try to block out the chat for a little while and just talk about the game. And then when we feel like we're running low on conversational topics on that, then we'll open it up for the chat to talk about the game, and then finally the chat to talk about whatever they want.
I mean, don't worry, I'm gonna be keeping an eye on the chat.
Yeah, Alicia's gonna, like, oh man, I've never seen the story for this game.
The sprite work is very cute.
The sprite work is wonderful. Mm-hmm. Freedom Planet chat only. No, you guys in the chat can talk about whatever you want. But what I'm saying is, when we open it up to questions, those questions need to be about the game we're playing, at least at first, and then I'm sure it'll slowly shift over, and we'll start talking about anime and Kamen Rider and probably JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and things like that.
He's trying to be a professional. Hello, Cucumber King. Welcome to Geek Critique ASMR.
So, okay, let's give that a try. The first game that we're playing today is called Freedom Planet, requested by Darkwing Spartan, who was in the chat, and who says, the message he wanted me to read was, "This one's for you, Dr. Mad," who is another person in the Geek Critique galaxy. That's good alliteration, right?
I think so. We salute you, Dr. Mad.
So, Freedom Planet is a bit of an anomaly, really. Because most indie platformers, and I guess most platformers in general, sort of base themselves off of, like, you see a lot of indie Metroidvanias, and you see a lot of indie games that take the basic framework of Mario and go off in a different direction with it. This is the only game I can think of where it's like an indie take on a Sonic game.
Well, I think Sonic is just inherently more difficult of a formula to get right.
That's for sure.
Like, not saying that it's easy to make a good Metroidvania.
Speaking of, I will play on easy so that I can talk and not have to die too much.
Because it's definitely challenging to make a really good Metroidvania that flows really well, But I think it's more of a straightforward idea, because you don't have to think about, like, complex physics and shit.
Yeah. Okay, so this game does something that I really, really would love for more games to do, and that gives you an adventure mode, mix of story and gameplay, and a classic mode that doesn't have any of the cutscenes, and you just play the game.
Oh yeah, that's made for you.
That is, it absolutely is. That said, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say something dumb. You go ahead.
Okay. I sort of took this as an opportunity to, I guess, actually finally pick up Freedom Planet on the Switch. Of course, I mean, like, I was aware of this game, like, basically as soon as it started being made, because the guy who made this game posted about it on Sonic Retro back when it was a Sonic fan game. Like, that's how this game started out. And then he kind of got into it and decided to, like, do some different things with it and take it in its own direction. But yeah, when this game was first shown off, it was a Sonic fan game with, you know, Sonic sprite art like so many others. Mm-hmm. I was, of course, very aware of it when it came out in 2014. I remember it came out about the same time, I think, that I was doing the first Sonic season back then.
Yeah, I was honestly surprised you didn't play it more than you did.
I think, like, I got it on PC back then, and, you know, I played quite a bit of it. And then on Switch, I played the demo. Like, I always enjoy when I play it, but, like, and this is me saying this having not played it a whole lot in a long time, so I may well walk away with a different opinion here. This is just sort of the impressions that I remember having of it. Like, I see people praise it sometimes because, like, they say it's like classic Sonic gameplay, but mixed with, like, other things. Like, you can see elements of Mega Man X in here. It has more of a combat focus, stuff like that, and they enjoy it on those merits. When I play it, I'm just like, well, I enjoy the parts of this that remind me of classic Sonic, but, like, the other stuff just kind of doesn't get in the way. I don't want to put it go that far. Basically, it just makes me want to play classic Sonic games instead. Yeah. You know?
It kind of gives me a Klonoa vibe.
Yeah, I can see that. Mm-hmm. And, like, it's a beautiful freaking game.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I've watched some, like, reviews of it and stuff like that, and they've always been very positive about everything other than the voice acting and the story mode. Apparently the voice acting is known for being, you know, a little bit...
Well, you do what you can on an indie budget.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, you're not gonna get fucking Nolan North in here or something.
Yeah. But this game was, you know, extremely successful, especially for an indie title. Mm-hmm. And I don't think the sequel isn't out yet, is it? I know it was announced quite a while ago.
I don't think so. We haven't really seen anything about it in a while.
So that's kind of been my experience thus far with Freedom Planet. What about you? Do you remember hearing about it in the first place?
Me?
Yeah, like when it came out.
Other than you telling me about it, not really.
Because, like, it came out, you know, like, before we met, so I didn't know if you had any particular
I honestly
memories.
Don't remember people talking about it that much.
Well,
but,
like,
I mean, I tend to pay attention to more, like, RPG news and stuff.
Yeah.
Action games.
Yeah, as a Sonic fan, there was no way I was going to miss it.
Oh, of course.
Like I said, back then I was doing the first Sonic season, and there were a lot of people who were like, hey, you should also do Freedom Planet.
Yeah.
And, you know, perhaps I will eventually. Perhaps this will be the catalyst for me, like, actually being able to get into the game for real.
No, it looks really fun. I definitely want to give it a try.
I know there are multiple playable characters, and they have a lot of differences.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the cat girl, she looked fun. Was that a cat girl? The green one?
Yeah, no, this is Lilac.
Yeah,
Carol's the is that a cat?
I thought it was.
Maybe.
I mean, this is supposed to be a dragon.
True.
I'm not buying that.
Hey, Sonic is supposed to be a hedgehog.
He looks more like a hedgehog than she looks like a dragon.
We had this discussion the other night randomly.
Oh, J-Dude, thank you so much for the super chat. He says, fantastic game. Looking forward to the sequel. Mm-hmm. Like, I thought those were little cat ears, but I guess they're like horns.
Yeah, I don't know.
She's like a soft dragon.
Oh, Dr. Matt super chatted us. Thank you so much.
He says, I have a story about this game. My little cousin saw me playing this, and I expected him to say, this is girly trash, but he really liked it. Well, that's good.
That's delightful.
Expand your horizons.
Yeah, also, man, this game, I remember, can get pretty freaking difficult. You know, it also kind of reminds me of Rocket Knight Adventures.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I see some, I think I see some DNA of that in there. Especially with the way that you have that, like, boost mode.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, the other playable character, or at least the other initial playable character, Carol, like, has a motorcycle, which I think is what all these, like, gas tanks that I keep seeing are.
Yeah. You tell me a cat girl's got a motorcycle, and I'm like, sign me up, cowboy.
But yeah, man, I really like probably the number one thing that I admire about this game is probably the decision to have like a separate adventure mode and a classic mode. Just give me the option.
Yeah, that's perfect for you. I mean, I'm over here crying about Devil May Cry cutscenes, and you're over here like, ugh.
Oh yeah, like how I was thinking about this because would you like to tell the people what you spent all day yesterday doing?
Oh god, I spent 8.5 hours beating the Final Fantasy VII remake.
Yeah.
Literally 8.5 hours straight. Because
Yeah.
I was right there at the Shinra building at the home stretch, you know?
Yeah.
And it was so good. It was so good. I love that game. I love all those
Don't worry,
games.
we're not gonna spoil anything.
Yeah, we're not, don't worry. But, oh, that was a lot. That was a lot of Final Fantasy.
So, like, you remember a couple of months ago when that Star Wars game that I've already forgotten the name of came out?
Not Fallen Order?
I guess.
I think it's Fallen Order. I like that game.
Yeah, like, you got that game, and I was watching you play
Yeah.
it, and there was, like, it looked, like, in some of the videos I saw of it and seeing you play it, it looked super, super cool. It looked really interesting.
Yeah.
But, like, I couldn't get into it because the game, for some reason, has all these unskippable cutscenes. And, like, I don't care about Star Wars, so, like, that totally ruined any interest I had in playing it. And, like, I feel like I missed out on a game that I might have enjoyed, but, they didn't give me that option.
Yeah, I think it's always stupid when games don't give you an option.
But at the same time, I kind of got to thinking about it, like FF7 Remake does, of course, give you the option to skip cutscenes, and it better because it, But, like, a game like that, like, that's one of those games where, like, if they'd come out with Final Fantasy VII Remake, and you couldn't do it without a story, you know?
Mm-mm.
Like,
so much of the charm of that game is the characters.
And I think of course, for people who do like Star Wars, which is, probably most people, like, it's sort of the same way. Like, it doesn't affect them the way it would affect me, because, like, they're playing it because they like Star Wars, so why would you want to skip the cutscenes? And even then, I could say, well, because what if you want to replay the game?
Yeah. No, that's why I think you should always have the option.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes, once you beat the game, then they'll let you skip the cutscenes. I know some games do it that way, which I also think is silly, but...
Like, I don't hate a story in a game. Like, I can really... I don't! What are you laughing at?
Nothing.
Like, I can get really into stories. Like with FF7 Remake, case in point. Like, it was just...
What story besides Metal Gear Solid have you gotten into?
FF's Final Fantasy VII.
Besides that one.
Besides those two?
Yeah.
Sonic Adventure 1.
Oh, that does not count, you know it.
Okay, like... Okay, like, since in the last 15 years, let's say. The Stanley Parable.
There you go. That's one. Well, yeah, that game is all story. If you didn't like story.
Okay, so, like, it can't be, like, a legacy. It can't be a series that I already liked 15 years ago. It has to be something more recent.
Or anything with the story.
What? The Office?
No, I mean any game with a story.
I mean any story in general.
I meant any game story.
Okay.
What is the subject of the conversation we're having right now?
You said any story, I didn't know.
They are gonna hear me karate chop you in the sternum.
Breaking Bad?
Oh my god.
Man, if only it was like 15 years ago, there would be like a Breaking Bad licensed video game.
Yeah, there'd be some kind of mini game where you have to run around and collect meth barrels.
Chapter 7, The Heist.
But anyway, name one other game.
Where I really got into... Okay, Metroid.
Yeah.
But
that's more environmental storytelling.
True,
I mean, things that make you sit there and watch, like, cutscenes.
Metroid Fusion, then.
Phoenix Wright?
Phoenix Wright? Yeah, okay. I like
Visual
Phoenix
novel. Doki Doki Literature Club, I guess.
Oh, yeah. But, like, those are sort of like the Stanley Parable in that, like, I like them because of the meta aspects. Like, what's a video game story where I like the story for its own sake and not because, like, it's a video game story? You know?
See, I'm really easy. I love story in video games. I love lore and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all about that. I openly wept when I watched the movie cutscenes to Kingdom Hearts 358 Days Over 2.
Oh my god.
Openly wept. I'm easy. But
And
my god, it's so hard to please you.
No, it's not hard to please.
It is hard to please you when it comes to a story.
I can enjoy a story, but in a video game, but I'm almost always there for the game itself, and like that has to do it for me before the story gets a chance to. Like, I'm not gonna play a game that I don't enjoy playing just because I want to see, just because of the story or the writing or the characters are good.
Yeah.
Like, that's just.
All right.
I mean, I'm not saying that like.
Oh yeah, what about Shenmue?
More than 15 years ago.
Yeah, but it's still story, and
Yeah,
it has
true.
not the best gameplay, arguably.
Arguably, yeah. It's okay. You can insult Shenmue's gameplay. I don't mind.
I love Shenmue, though. Oh, Undertale.
Undertale.
See, there's like 5.
Yeah, there's a couple.
You can put them on one hand.
But we do see
Chat.
we do see that it really helps if like there's a gamey meta aspect to it.
Yeah, you really love meta.
I really, I think Metal Gear Solid taught me that.
You all about meta. Oh yeah, Phoenix Wright has like super amazing writing. It always puts a little smile on my face.
Phoenix Wright, like I always.
Oh, just like Ghost Trick. Ooh. Sorry.
The thing about Phoenix Wright, I always enjoyed like the courtroom scenes.
Yeah.
And I was kind of playing the rest of the game to get to those.
Listen, I just want to go buy my burger.
Mm-hmm.
I love all the cute, dumb character things. The investigations can get a little like. They can drag on a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's the problem. Like, if they were shorter, they wouldn't bother me. But, like, I was like, come on!
Yeah.
Like, day 7, day 8, day 9. I don't think it ever gets that bad, but, you know.
Ooh, Silent Hill 2! That's a game with an amazing story, but with not the best gameplay mechanics, but arguably the bad gameplay mechanics make the experience better.
Yeah, I really need to give that a real try one of these days.
Yeah, we played it for, like, 2 seconds. Together.
Oh, hey, okay, I'll give you one. Uncharted 2 and Uncharted 4.
Oh, there you go.
I was really, really into those games, and it's not because they were meta.
Yeah.
I mean, like, those are the kind of games that you can only play one time, or at least, I can only play one time.
Well, it helps that Nathan Drake's such a likable rapscallion.
Yeah. Yeah, so there, you know. Like, I feel like sometimes I portray myself, or I get jokey, and I don't want to portray myself as, like, a caricature of my real opinions.
Yeah.
Like, to a degree, it's okay to joke and, like, live up to the... It's like Kovar hating Metroid Fusion. He doesn't really hate Metroid Fusion that bad, but he plays it up for the joke.
Yeah.
And, like, I wanna... Because I remember a few weeks ago I was playing Mario Sunshine just to play it, and you came in here and you were like, I thought you hated that game.
I really legitimately thought you hated that game.
And no, I don't hate that game.
I'm
It's just...
sorry.
More than anything, I hate that I don't love it more.
Yeah. Ooh, Hollow Knight is a really great example of environmental storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everything going on in that game is so weird and interesting. I really love that game's story. It's kind of like Dark Souls, which, you know, is a trite comparison nowadays, but it's true. It gives me, like, Dark Soul, Bloodborne vibes kind of mixed together.
Common CJ, thank you so much. Says, why do the character designs remind me of My Little Pony? You know, I can see it.
I can see it too.
Given when this game was in development, it makes, you know, a degree of sense, I think.
Yeah.
This game came out in 2014. That was, you know, early 2010s were definitely when the My Little Pony thing was really going. It was really hot.
But,
was really making everybody on the internet really mad.
yeah, I think it's the big eyes.
Yeah, it is.
Those are some pony eyes.
They got those same kind of eyes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Hollow Knight is Dark Souls but cute, but still dark. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I like how we said we're gonna talk about the game we're playing, and
oh yeah, sorry. Well, we kind of
okay.
got off on a subject that was relevant.
Yeah.
It's fine.
The role of story in video games. But yeah, like, this isn't universal. Like somebody said, God, it might have been somebody in the chat here. Somebody said on Twitter yesterday, pointing out that, like, it depends on the person, and it depends on the series, like how much story they're going to want, and how much, like, what they think a game should be like.
Yeah.
Like a Final Fantasy game without a story just, like, doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
That? Yeah.
But it's sort of an individual thing. Like, what inspired this was that somebody was saying, no, storytelling and gameplay are both equally important, and I'm like, well, but no, it depends on the person.
Yeah.
And it also depends on like the series in question and like personal preference, like anything else. Like I always talk about, like, you know, what is a Metroid game? What does it take to make a Metroid game? What is a Sonic game supposed to be? Stuff like that. Like there's no definitive answers to this.
Yeah, where I'm like always kind of willing to forgive wonkier combat for a really cool and interesting premise, you know. Like Nier.
And I think probably the best example of that for the two of us would be like Metal Gear Solid 5, which has a nonsensical, lacking story and doesn't even have a real conclusive ending. But like the core gameplay is really good, and like I can overlook like how lacking it is in some respects. Like I seriously think that if it had gotten properly finished, it would have been like a new high watermark for Metal Gear Solid, but it's not. But like the core gameplay is there, and like that's what matters to me.
It's just like even the story stuff that they were building up to before it all went to shit was just really weird.
That's a good point. Maybe
like, it was, like,
maybe it wouldn't have gotten there in that regard.
Like Metal Gear Solid always has like some really dark stuff going on, but also a lot, like enough of it is kind of like over the top and goofy and kind of funny, and it kind of balances each other out. It's just like with those things from those codec tapes, how the fuck do you have lighthearted, fun moments like the weird over the top shit and still have that kind of like
aside from some of the stuff with DD and like Big Boss's birthday party,
yeah,
it's hard to think of like anything that's really particularly.
I mean, Paz's tapes were kind of cute, but
and kind of creepy.
Oh god, yeah, I forgot about that one particular one.
Well, I don't even know what you're talking about. I just
the one with Strange Love.
Okay, vaguely.
Yeah.
Trying to get back up there. See, this is sort of what I was talking about earlier, where like the parts of it that remind me of a classic Sonic game, I love. Mm-hmm. Like I think that's really cool, but then it like, you know, it's okay. It wants to mix things up a lot, and like I think for a lot of people that's to its credit. But for me, I'm just like, but I just want to do this. And like now it's oh, I see what I need to do here. But that's probably also just because I haven't played it much. I'm not that familiar with it. I'm sure like it's one of those things where once you know more of this stuff. Ooh, and this is like Gunstar Heroes.
Oh, yeah, I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Bull, stop biting my foot. My cat's biting my foot.
But you know, all in all, I do definitely wish that more indie developers would, you know, sort of take some of the building blocks of Sonic games and like do more interesting things with them and like take them off into separate directions. Because one thing about Sonic games is, and Sonic criticism for that matter, is that it tends to be kind of insular.
Yeah.
Like Sonic fans talk to other Sonic fans, and
I think what makes a good Sonic game is just so divided nowadays, and it's so hard to like really nail down what makes a really great Sonic game if you're not like super familiar with how it works.
Yeah, that's sort of part of the problem, is that like people outside of the fandom don't like like the popular consensus is that Sonic games were never good or aren't as good as the 3D ones aren't good, some version of that. And like, so it's kind of up to fans to be the ones to like criticize and analyze and do all that and do all the things that fans do. But like they rarely pull from examples like and this is something that I've definitely been guilty of too. And like I think it was just recently that somebody sort of pointed out that Sonic fans do this on Twitter somewhere. Like we compare Sonic games to other Sonic games that we either like or dislike more.
Yeah.
We don't compare Sonic to anything outside of itself.
Well, it's hard to compare Sonic to anything outside of itself.
It is, yeah, it kind of is.
It kind of is.
I do not know where to go, by the way.
Uh-oh. You could maybe compare, like, the adventure games to maybe other 3D platformer type deals, but
yeah,
it's still just such a unique thing, I feel like, you know?
Yeah,
like,
and go ahead.
Like, you know, Super Mario 64 kind of started the whole 3D platformer genre, or at least, like, you know, refined it and made it fun.
Oh, here we go.
But Sonic never really, like, blossomed into all these different series that were, like, Sonic-like games, you know what I mean?
And that's part of the reason that the adventure games, one in particular, seem to age so poorly, is because, like with Mario 64, you can play that game and you can see its DNA in Banjo-Kazooie and Ocarina of Time and Ratchet and Clank, which we're going to play here in a while.
Yeah.
Like, you can see its ideas being, like, iteratively improved upon. Even if you've never played Super Mario 64 before, you're familiar with how it goes.
Yeah.
Just by playing other third-person, like, action-adventure games. With Sonic Adventure, like, if you've not played Sonic Adventure, then there's basically nothing else out there that feels quite like Sonic Adventure does.
Yeah.
Or does things the way that it does. Which, over time, I think, like, makes it more and more, like, if somebody who's never played it before picks it up, they're going to be like, wow, this is old and outdated and I can't control it, because, like, there aren't other games that have its same sort of style.
Yeah.
Perhaps we should open up the chat to questions about Freedom Planet or about some of these things we've been discussing.
Who's got questions?
Owen Man wants to know which Ratchet and Clank we're going to play. The first
one, right?
The first one. As in the PS2 version of the first one.
Yeah, I played a little bit of Ratchet and Clank when I was younger, and I really liked it, but, you know, never really got into it.
I just remember seeing the commercials for it, but we'll save that for Ratchet and Clank.
I pretty much, you know, played what my brother had, so if he didn't have it, when I was little, anyway.
Somebody said, what do you prefer, Sonic Adventure 1 or Mario 64? Oh, I prefer Sonic Adventure 1, of course. I think Mario 64 is the better and far more influential game. Especially in 2020, I think it holds up a lot better. But me personally, I'm always going to prefer Sonic Adventure 1. Somebody said, oh, thank God, not the reboot. Nah.
Oh, yeah, reboot it and great.
Isn't it? I remember when it came out, people... Well, okay, again, hang on. That's Ratchet and Clank. We'll get there.
Sorry.
We'll get there when we get there.
It's not like... It's just like they tried to make Ratchet and Clank an entirely different thing than what it... Like, the characters, entirely different characters than what they were. It's very weird. Because, you know, they wanted to make a kids movie franchise out of it.
So, in other words, they targeted at a younger demographic, and the longtime fans didn't like that.
Oh, yeah.
That makes sense. That's also kind of relevant to Sonic sometimes.
Come and buy a pixelizer. Like, Gaming Brit did a really good video breaking down the problems with the reboot, if anyone wants to check that out.
What did the King of Cucumbers say?
Oh, I played Sonic Adventure 2, but I hated it. The controls are far too floaty. You're probably right that I simply don't have anything to compare it to, but what about Metroid Prime?
Oh, as in, like, what other games do? I mean, I don't know. What do you think of that? Are you saying, like, if the argument is that, like, there's nothing out there like it, then, you know, why does Metroid Prime still popularly hold up? Do you have any thoughts on that?
I don't know. I think maybe Sonic Adventure was just very much of its time.
That's what I'm thinking too. Sonic Adventure was not like here's.
It's got that like early 2000s soap shoes.
Well, that's Adventure 2.
Oh, sorry. You know what I mean.
Here's what I'm thinking, and I'll use Sonic Adventure 2 to compare it to. Adventure 1 felt dated like only a few years after it came out.
Yeah.
You know? For Sonic Adventure 2, it took a lot longer before people... Like, right from the beginning, you had people going, well, Sonic's the only fun part of this game. But I think for those Sonic sections specifically, it took a long time for those to feel aged. And I think that's because Sonic Adventure 2 is, you know, what is it, like 4 years newer?
Yeah.
3 years newer, if you go by the Japanese releases. And 3 years in the development in the like passage of 3D games at that time was a really long time for like things to get more polished and for things to get better. So like Metroid Prime, even when it came out in 2002, felt like a game that was like a generation or two ahead of its time.
Yeah.
So like it had the benefit of like all the time that had happened since then. Like, if a Metroid game... Let's put it this way. If a Metroid game had come out in, like, if a 3D Metroid game had come out in 1998, it would feel pretty freaking aged by now, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think the N64 hardware would have been capable of really doing it justice. Not to say it wouldn't have been fun or wouldn't have been good, but, like, people would look back on it now and be like, man, how did those old guys put up with this?
Yeah.
You know?
But yeah, I just feel like Prime has aged far better.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just the cool kind of eerie sci-fi environments.
Yeah, like I think you blow up the resolution of Prime, and like it holds up pretty freaking well to like anything that's contemporary now.
Oh yeah.
And you know, I'm saying this as somebody who doesn't actually like enjoy playing the original Prime, but you know, like taking myself and my preferences out of it, I can still see that.
Oh, I saw someone ask if you would like a Luigi's Mansion style spin-off for Tails.
Like Tails is like fighting ghosts.
I mean, I'd be into it.
Well, okay. Let's not say it's gonna be like literally Luigi's Mansion style, right?
No, it's literally Luigi's Mansion.
Tails is
He's hunting ghosts.
Tails is castle.
Yeah.
I'd be more interested in like a sort of 3D adventure, maybe Metroid, maybe like a 3D Metroidvania style game for Tails.
Yeah, that'd be really cute.
Because the Game Gear had Tails Adventures, which was, you know, the closest thing Sonic's ever come to having a Metroidvania. And, you know, for the Game Gear in 1995, that was really, really fun.
It looked really cute.
So, yeah, I think that'd be cool. Although the Sonic series is going to have to get in much better shape before it can have spin-offs again, unfortunately.
Oh, Mackenzie Peters, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
They say, hey Josh, knowing you are a Sega and Nintendo fan, have you played a Sega Saturn? If so, what's your favorite game on the system?
Yeah, I got a Sega Saturn.
Have you played a Sega Saturn?
I got a Saturn Christmas 97. I think I told the story in one of my Dreamcast episodes of how my mom called, like, I don't know, say Toys R Us. I don't know if it was Toys R Us, but they're out of business. They won't sue me. She called Toys R Us back then to ask to, like, reserve a Saturn for me, because that's what I wanted for Christmas that year. And the smarmy employee working there informed her, like, oh, how old is he? Oh, he's like 9. Oh, he doesn't want a Sega Saturn. He probably means a PlayStation.
Oh my god.
Because that's how bad the Saturn's reputation was.
What a dill hole.
I mean, perhaps he was right, you know?
I mean, it's still weird and condescending.
Like I knew what I was talking about, but I'm sure at that time, oh, you know, he wants that one with the CD.
Yeah.
Like, the kids probably didn't mean the Saturn.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Anyway, yeah, I've had a Saturn since then. Favorite game for it is, honestly, probably Sonic R.
How about that?
Really like Virtua Fighter 2. Oh, no, hang on. Nights, of course. Nights into Dreams would probably not be another answer. The game that the 3D control pad was designed for. Let's see. Oh, apparently I need to check the Discord before starting the next game, because the person who requested it has put some level codes for Mario Maker 2 in there.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, Dr. Mad says that guy was probably trying to help you.
Rip. Sorry.
No, I mean about the guy saying, oh no, he wants a PlayStation.
Oh.
I didn't want a PlayStation. The PlayStation didn't have any Sonic games on it.
I know, honey.
No, it's very apparent that the reason that I wanted a Saturn was just because it finally had Sonic games on it that I couldn't get on the Genesis.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter how good Mario 64 was. If any sort of 3D Sonic game had come out on the Saturn in '96, that's the one I would have wanted.
Yeah.
But instead, you know, it had a very, very rushed port of Sonic 3D Blast, and the port itself was fine. The loading times were awful, but come on, it was Sonic 3D Blast. Even I wasn't going to be like, oh, hell yeah, I'd rather have that than Mario 64.
Yeah, we had a PlayStation when I was a kid. And then we got a PS2, and we got a Dreamcast, so... My brother's, like, a huge gamer boy, so...
Yeah, you know, he's one of the few people that I've ever known who also had a Saturn.
Yeah, he got it only, like, a few years ago.
Still.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if I've ever met any other person in real life who has a Sega Saturn.
Yeah, he could only find, like, Clockwork Knight for it.
Yeah, games for it, especially US games, are pretty hard to find.
Yeah. Oh, Mackenzie Peters again, thank you so much.
Thank you.
They say, I love arcade ports by Sega and Capcom on Saturn.
Yeah, that's the thing about the Saturn is that like Sega designed it as like a 2D powerhouse, and that worked. That that still had a lot of appeal in Japan, but in the West especially, like the industry was just moving so far toward 3D.
Yeah.
So like
it was just a weird move.
So like the thing that the Saturn was really good at was like kind of a liability.
Yeah.
King of Cucumbers, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. They say off topic.
This level is really cool, by the way. I'm liking this one a lot.
Yeah, it's really cute. Off topic, but I need a Dreamcast controller that doesn't feel like aliens designed it. It's my favorite system I own, but the controller sucks. Any idea where I can buy a custom one?
Oh yeah, there's a, first of all, how dare you, sir! But okay, now that that's out of my system. What is it called? Retro Fighters, right? I think that there's been like a more contemporary style controller just in the past few years.
It wouldn't surprise me.
That's like come out for it, but I can't quite remember what it's called. Maybe somebody in the chat. Ooh, I was pushed over here. Maybe somebody in the chat can help me out.
Oh, also, sorry, I'm trying to keep up with the chat, you guys. Adrian Leonx wants to know, what is your least favorite game genre? I think we can all guess what that is.
Can we? Okay, what are you guessing it is?
Like JRPGs.
No, it's not. Dude, my favorite game of the year in multiple years has been a JRPG.
That's different.
Like Undertale, Mario RPG.
I didn't say.
I just played Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Okay, then what would you say is your least favorite?
Probably like. As far as a game in which I have never enjoyed anything in it, it's probably stuff like MOBAs and real-time tactical strategy games. Like I just can't.
Yeah,
like
I can see that.
Like one time when I was really into Overwatch, I remember they were offering, you had to play, I think it was called Heroes of the Storm,
Okay.
and you could get a D.Va costume, and like D.Va was my main back when I played Overwatch, so I'm like, okay, I'll get that. Me and Kaylin played Heroes of the Storm for like 2 hours, and like I was so broken after that I didn't want to do anything else for the whole rest of the day. It was one of the worst experiences I've ever had. Like,
oh, Lord.
I'm just in gaming, okay? In playing video games.
Okay, I should say.
Let me qualify that.
Yeah, I should say like turn-based combat. I would think. That's why I say JRPGs. Story heavy.
Well, what I've sort of come to figure out is that like one thing I think it's just like traditional sort of JRPG tropes just don't interest me. And that's part of the problem with them. Like, I don't like...
Whereas I'm like, oh, hell yeah.
But like I said, like, you compare that to stuff like Mario RPG and Undertale for a more recent example. Like, you know... I think, as another example, if I really tried, I could probably really get into Earthbound.
Apparently, people... The chat, Pierce Mondula Discord says that even like MOBA fans don't like Heroes of the Storm, so
well, that's
perhaps that was a poor introduction to the genre.
Yeah, but also just from what I've never played like League of Legends, for example, but from what I've seen of it,
it just looks unpleasant to me.
But yeah, that and like
Slow.
Tactics games,
like a game can take like an hour.
Like another example would be like Fire Emblem, like games like that, games where
and
like
this is why we have a prenup.
I know.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Matt. He says, Josh was a D.Va main, unsubscribed.
Hey, I was a tank main, okay? No, nobody wants to play tank in that game for some reason, but they were always my favorites.
Mio Man X wants to know, hey Josh, big fan of yours. I'm sure you've been asked before, but what's your experience with the Mega Man series?
You know, one of the first games I can ever remember playing is Mega Man 2. So, there you go.
Yeah.
Like, I went over to, there was this group of brothers who lived down the road from us, and you know, one of them was a few years older than me and had an NES, so I have this very clear memory of like before I got the Genesis, going over there and playing like Mario Brothers and Mega Man 2. My personal experience is I got really, really into it in like the late 90s when I found Mega Man X used. You know, Genesis and Super Nintendo games were getting pretty freaking cheap by then, so I ended up getting quite a few of them at that time. And, yeah, just, I loved Mega Man X, and to this day, it's still my favorite Mega Man game. When I got my PlayStation, I got Mega Man Legends with it, and enjoyed what I played of that, though I never finished it.
Oh, I loved that game when I was a kid.
And then, of course, you know, I've played all of the... I think at some point I probably played through all the classics. I got the Mega Man Anniversary Collection on the GameCube back when that came out. But I've always preferred the X series above all else.
Yeah. Yeah, X was what I played when I was a kid. It was hard.
I think I probably need to play this game on normal if I'm really going to play it, because right now I'm barely paying attention and just and just having no problems. So I think when I really play this... And yeah, man, I'm really, really enjoying this, but I suppose we should probably move on to the next game.
Yeah, it's been about an hour. But yeah, this game looks really fun. I'll give it a try.
Darkwing Spartan says Mega Man X is better than Mega Man 2. And yeah, I definitely agree.
Yeah, I'd agree with that too.
Well, like I said, I finally took the plunge and got it on the Switch for the sake of this stream.
Ooh, this will be fun. Owen Manson says, so I have a personal question for you both. Who was your first video game crush?
I've never had a video game crush in my entire life, and I don't know what that would even entail.
Oh, yeah, me neither. Nah, when I was a kid, I had a big crush on Link in Ocarina of Time. Pretty typical, but you know.
I have an answer, but let me mentally run through and make sure there was nobody before that.
Yeah, I'm like, was there... I don't know. That's the earliest I can think of off the top of my head.
Yeah, I can't think of anything before Eris. Sorry! They asked! No, we have this long-running joke where we constantly act like we're very, very jealous of each other.
Mm. It's a joke, though. I promise.
Like, we'll be driving around and we'll see, you know, people running around on the street. Or, you know, people jogging next to the street, not people running around the street. We don't live in Crazy Town.
I always had really weird fictional crushes, though. Like, I told you about how I had a crush on, like, Great Saiyaman Gohan when I was a kid, so...
Oh, yeah. Great Saiyaman specifically.
No, it was Gohan of that era.
Oh, of that era.
I just thought the Great Saiyaman thing was cute.
I thought you meant, like...
No, not...
You were only interested when he put on the Great Saiyaman costume.
Suit, yes. No suit, fuck you.
Like the people... Light theme burns your eyes! I need to, get into...
Oh. Trying to think if there's anyone else, though. It'll come to me.
Alright, this game is requested by Soul.
Dude, I think a lot of people had a thing for Cortana. Oh, sorry.
Soul.
Oh, Soul Hurrah.
He said it was fine to just call him Soul. So
okay.
I'm just going to do that. Who wants me to try out Mario Maker 2's new Super Worlds? King of Cucumbers? No, it was not Sally Acorn.
But thank you for the super chat.
Also, Sally Acorn is not technically a video game character, so even if it was... the message he wanted me to read was... Hello, I am Josh from the Geek Critique, and I love Super Mario Sunshine. It is a fantastic game. I personally love collecting all of the blue coins and surfing on bloopers. I could use a tropical vacation right now, from the comfort of home, with my very favorite Mario game. Perhaps if we're all lucky, I'll even play it on stream one day. Wouldn't that just be the best? It's false. I do not love Super Mario Sunshine, and I hate that I do not love it. I wish I loved it.
I know you do.
And the person who's requested this has already provided me with some codes, so I'm going to be playing their levels first, and then if we have time after that,
yeah,
I'll take some requests from the chat.
You still got, like, one other game to play?
2 others.
Oh.
Ratchet and Clank, Sonic Robo Blast 2. Ooh, I've got notifications on my Commander Keen stage. That's exciting.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Common CJ says that he doesn't know if it counts as a video game crush, but he was attracted to Dawn from Pokemon Diamond and Pearl anime. That's adorable.
Yeah, that count. I mean, she originates. Didn't she originate in a video game?
Yeah, she did.
Yeah. I think that would count. That's like Misty.
Yeah. Mm.
Not technically the same universe character, but originated in a video game. C0MF.
I remember thinking Squall was cute.
Really?
Yeah. Mostly in Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, yeah. Alright, this is the first level. This is multiplayer friendly. I wonder if you wanted us to play together.
Oh. We can.
I'd have to get the cat off of my lap. We'll just play it myself.
Okay.
Alright, so, and he said... Oh, he wanted me to play his level specifically. So, yeah, sure, I'll do that. Oh, and he wants me to get... Okay, I see what he wants. So this is a level from the person who requested that I play this game. You know, we played this game on stream quite a lot when it first came out.
Oh yeah, we did. We had a whole stream dedicated to it. King of Cucumbers, don't judge 8-year-old Alicia. Never said she had good taste.
Well, I mean,
Squall's a good boy, though.
Listen, he has a sword that's also a gun. I can't compete. There's nothing I can do to compete with that.
Uh-huh.
And I know it, and I just need to accept that.
The sword gun is your heart, baby.
I've actually, like, especially ever since the update came out, I've been playing Mario Maker 2 at least a little bit every single day.
Yeah, you were really excited about it. Like the new world map and everything.
Oh, adding worlds was like exact. It's the context that I needed. Oh no. To fall in a pit. It's the context that I needed to like really get back into Mario Maker.
Yeah.
Cuz like the thing, like when I would boot up this game, like oh my god. Maybe I need to focus on what I'm doing and not talk.
It's okay.
Like I would, like Nintendo, the things that you could potentially do in it were so cool, and like I could imagine all the fun levels that could exist, but they were like sometimes kind of hard to find.
Yeah, because normally, you know, people just make a level where they just throw a bunch of enemies at you.
And like the popular tab is always full of like 30-second speed runs and auto levels. Mm-hmm. And this game, compared to Mario Maker 1, does at least have much better search tools that let you sort of narrow that stuff down. But at the same time, it was always just like, okay, well, here's a level. Oh god, yes!
Nice.
Like, okay, here's a level, and then you play it, and then you're done, and then you go back to the page, and then you, like, find another level. Like, there's no, like, continuity or context between them. And, which is fine, you know, there doesn't always have to be. I'm not saying, like, I never enjoy playing levels like that. But, like, the world builder allows, like, creators to, you know, like, build entire games around Mario Maker 2 systems, and that's very exciting.
Yeah. And also, I can't blame people for, like, you know, making weird, like, musical levels.
Oh, no, I'm not dunking on those. I think some of them are really cool.
Yeah, I think you can do, like, some really neat creative things, like, with the tools that they give you outside of just making really good levels, and I think that's neat.
Yeah, and it's, you know, I'm not... like a level creator myself. So like when Nintendo announces like, okay, well now like Link is in the game. I'm like, oh, that's cool, but like I'm not, you know I'm not gonna get in there and make a stage.
Yeah. Like I got stressed out when I got terraforming in Animal Crossing, so trying to make a Mario level would just be too many options.
But that was an exciting level, thank you, Soul.
Excellente.
I'll go ahead and follow your page. And let's see, did he want me to play...
I like your fun Boo hat.
Yeah, that's a great costume. And
your cool Bowser pants.
And your cool punching. I'm not sure if he's actually in the chat, though. Have you seen him in the chat?
No, I haven't seen him.
Okay, well, I'll just go ahead. I'll play,
I used to... Oh, sorry. This is just a random anecdote.
I was just saying, I think I'll play, like, 2 more of his stages. I'll try... his most popular other one and his least popular, which is going to be Castle in the Sky and Funky, I guess.
Now, I used to work in an ice cream shop, and there would always be this guy who, whenever he'd order anything, whenever he was waiting, he would just be in the corner shadowboxing, like, the whole time.
Like, every time?
Every time!
Wow.
Like, I knew him as Shadowboxing Man from the massage parlor next door. He was nice, though. Shadowboxing was weird.
Oh, and the other thing is, I still really miss... I lament the loss of amiibo costumes in Mario Maker 2.
Yeah, that was so cute!
I
really hate that they don't do that anymore.
Like, Mario Maker 2 is a vast improvement in every other way. Although, I do hear that the level maker isn't quite as good, but, like, how are you gonna replicate that without the Wii U gamepad, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, the amiibo costumes allowed for some really, really, like, one of my favorites was this, like, Nintendo arcade stage, where, like, you'd keep, like, you'd put on a Donkey Kong costume, and then it would, like, remake Donkey Kong, and then you'd put on a Mega Man costume, and it'd, like, make a part of the level in that style. I love that stuff.
I loved it.
But, you know, Sonic was there, so of course I did.
You do always love when Sonic's there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess that depends, but what is Sonic doing?
I mean, you know, living among humans.
Like,
in a strange amount of cases.
A big hedgehog boy.
Mm-hmm. That's a tough obstacle. Super Metroid's music is good, just randomly looking at the chat.
Ba-da-ba-da-bow. It wouldn't be Nintendo without arbitrary removals, says Dustin Video Games.
Somebody asks, what Mario style is your favorite in this game? Oh, this one, of course.
Oh,
Super
Mario World.
Although, like, now Super Mario Brothers has both the Link costume and the Super Mario Brothers 2 costume.
Oh. Jake Schweber. Thank you very much. He says, what's your favorite Mario game?
It's a bit of a toss-up between Mario 64 and Super Mario World.
Oh.
One of those, it's really, really hard for me to decide which.
Yeah, I'd probably say either Super Mario World or Odyssey, maybe.
Odyssey is number 3.
I know.
Oh, God! Well, at least I can just keep, oh, good, I scrolled those first cannons off screen and they can't fire at me anymore.
Oh, don't ask about anime crushes. Common CJ.
I don't think I ever had an anime crush.
You didn't have the hots for Chi-Chi?
No! What?
I don't know.
Not saying there's anything wrong with that, but...
You can have the hots for Chi-Chi, guys. But Chi-Chi's great. Now you hating on Chi-Chi? Now I'm going to bat. Chi-Chi, my girl.
Chi-Chi's not so great in the anime. She's not quite so bad. In the manga, she's not quite so bad.
What's bad about her? She just wants Goku to get a job and let Gohan go to school. Sounds reasonable to me.
Well, this is interesting. Interesting use of Koopa Clown cars.
Actually, yeah, I do think my first anime crush was Brock. What's wrong with me? King of Cucumbers, how did you guess that? I don't know. I said I get weird anime crushes. I also had a crush on Yamcha, so.
Well, that's...
In Dragon Ball, in the original Dragon Ball.
Okay, that's...
Specifically, when I watched it as a child.
Do I need to... Oh, I see where I need to go. Okay, let me get Yoshi back.
And yes, Dustin Video Games, Goku should get a job.
He has a job. Fighting.
That is not reliable.
Radish
like,
farming.
she can only ask her rich dad for money so many times.
Well, now I've lost my Koopa Clown car, so this is...
Oh, sorry. I'm just ranting about Chi-Chi now.
This is actually pretty unfortunate. I don't... Oh, I know how I could get up there. Okay. Gonna have to time it well.
Yoshi.
Bye, Yoshi.
Bye, Yoshi.
And now... Give him one of these. The lack of gravity makes this.
Oh, yeah, you're all floaty.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh, I had a big crush on Domon Kashu from G Gundam when I was a kid. I thought he was rad.
I can't believe this.
I'm sorry they asked.
You should have been getting ready for me!
I was!
It's another thing we say all the time.
Yeah.
Oh god! I'll tell her something, and then she's like, "You should have been getting ready for me." And then I'm like, "You weren't born yet."
That's no excuse.
Because you're like 4.5 years younger than me.
Yeah, I know, Brock. I was a kid. I don't know. I didn't think through the societal implications of Brock.
What are the societal
when
implications
I was like
of Brock?
6.
What are they?
I don't. You know how he's all weird and pushy and flirty.
Oh yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. Hey, a one-woman man's what he wants to be.
Oh, there's 2 perfect girls for
But there's 2 perfect girls for him. Yeah, you know it.
Mm-hmm.
He tries.
He does.
But Jenny and Joy and every other woman except for Misty are just too dang attractive.
What's up with that?
I think it's the age difference.
Oh.
I think Misty is supposed to be like 11 or 12 and Brock is supposed to be 16.
Yeah, that makes sense. Respect Brock.
Which kind of makes it weird that Brock is like traveling the world with a 12-year-old and a 10-year-old, but whatever.
Yeah, well.
Certainly not something the kids are going to worry about.
The heart wants when you're a kid.
I mean, was it the drying pan? Was that the point where you were like, oh
yes,
so dreamy?
Oh my god. Oh, I also had I had a lot of anime crushes as a child.
I mean, you love my dad jokes now.
I know.
I thought for some reason I could jump on Bowser, but
see, I had a big crush on Edward Elric from Full Metal Alchemist. And then I had a big crush on Vash from Trigun.
Oh, dear.
I just had a lot.
Do I even need to beat Bowser here? Yeah, I do.
Oh, I had a crush on Inuyasha, but every teen girl who liked anime had a crush on Inuyasha. And I was 12, so leave me alone. Oh, I had a crush on Tuxedo Mask when I was really little.
Ooh, there you go.
Anyway, moving on.
Oh. What about Bowser? See, this is really tough because, like, the only method I have to hurt him now is those turtles coming out of the pipe on... Uh-oh. Is that lava gonna...
I think it is.
Did I... Oh,
you're doomed!
Man, this is insidious. Oh, I guess... Okay, if I had stayed up, the lava would have killed Bowser.
Oh!
And then I would have gotten the key.
Oh, no, that's devious.
That is, yeah.
But don't worry, you're my #1 anime crush now.
That's good, thank you. That's reassuring. I worry about competing with Inuyasha, so...
I mean, he does have little dog ears.
And that hair. What about Sephiroth? I think Kaylin probably had a crush on Sephiroth.
No, I never really had a crush on Sephiroth. Or Cloud. Weird. Considering. I was the perfect age for that.
I like how, like, I was like, Eris, I guess. And you had like 6 billion.
Yeah, well.
Oh, I lost my fire flower. I'm gonna need that.
And yeah, exactly. Every little girl who watched Sailor Moon had a crush on Tuxedo Mask. That's just the rule. Yeah, Sephiroth was too edgy. There wasn't enough there to get attached to.
I guess depending on, like, I think I was more, it was more like, I just liked the character, but I guess when I was a kid, you could have said I had a thing for Sailor Moon herself.
Usagi's great.
Those boom anime babes who make me think the wrong thing.
I mean, she's 14.
Damn it.
So back then you weren't a criminal.
I was younger than 14.
I mean, Mamoru himself was kind of a criminal.
Not in Japan!
He was 17 and she was 14!
Not in Japan! There we go. Okay. It's actually Aries. It's actually Aries. No, I liked what Tim Rogers did in his Final Fantasy VII series.
Yeah, Arisu.
Yeah, he just... Arisu. No, I never liked Sailor Mars at all.
Yeah, she was always everyone's waifu.
Like, most of my friends who were into Sailor Moon at the time, when I was in, like, 4th grade, they were like, oh, Sailor Mars is the best. I was like, no, that ain't it.
Ooh, I also had a crush on Hal from Hal's Moving Castle.
I don't even know what that is exactly. It's a video game thwunky.
It's a really great and cute Miyazaki movie called Howl's Moving Castle.
Dr. Mad says my personal rule is that whenever Sephiroth's name comes up, I say it like in One-Winged Angel. Sephiroth, technically.
Oh, that's right. My bad.
Ah! Oh, man. What is this level even supposed to be?
I have plenty of anime dads, though.
You do have a lot of anime dads.
And I don't mean that in a weird way. Like, I just want them to take me to a football game and pat me on the head and give me a snow cone.
And wrestler dads.
Yeah, got a lot of dads. Oh, thank you, the King of Cucumbers. He says those are fighting words.
What
Not
is?
sure which ones.
We've said a lot of words on this stream.
The girl from Spirited Away was Chihiro.
Somebody says, did you have a crush on King K. Rool?
Oh, God, I still have a crush on King K. Rool.
That bulging eye, I mean, ooh.
Ooh. His little crown. That's a king.
The tiny cape.
Oh, the tiny cape!
Oh, this is one of those levels, isn't it? Mm. This is one of those trial and error levels.
Mm-hmm.
Are you excited for Breath of the Wild 2? Be awfully weird if I wasn't.
Oh, he's not joking. Any new anime I've gotten him to watch has been my influence, so he wouldn't know what Howl's Moving Castle is.
No, I'm not joking. It's funny, I mean, I was in anime club in high school, but
we really do need to watch Howl's Moving Castle. It's a wonderful movie. It's about a girl who gets cursed to be an old woman, and then she ends up living in this big walking castle with a wizard named Howl, and he's very extra, and it's a really great movie. It's so cute.
In retrospect, I think I was in anime club primarily because it was the closest thing we had to a, like, nerd club.
Mm-hmm.
God. Like, my favorite memories of being in anime club were the days that we would play Super Smash Bros. Melee.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Ooh, King of Cucumbers wants to know what kind of anime I like.
Oh, God, here we go!
I literally like anything ranging from the most bubbliest, cutish, like, shoujo anime to, like, the most strong, intense, like, shonen anime. Like, if it's good, I'll give it a shot. Like, I've been super into, Welcome to Demon School, Rumakun. That is a great anime. It's really funny. It's really cute. I love the characters. If you like comedy, you should watch it. I've been super into Promised Neverland. Spy X Family. That one's really cute.
This is going to go for a while, so
sorry.
So I'm just going to jump in here. Somebody said, what do you think of Dead Space? Never played it.
Oh, I like Dead Space. I played it. It's really spooky. Oh, like the level design and the
atmosphere. Gonna give this one more try, by the way.
Is amazing. Oh, yeah. I've watched My Hero Academia. We both have.
Oh,
That's
God.
one of the few anime I've been able to get him into.
And Demon Slayer. We watched Demon Slayer pretty recently.
Oh, yeah. And Demon Slayer.
Another anime.
Oh, I love Demon Slayer. There's just, like, a lot to remember.
And we watched the first episode of the one where he goes to hell. And goes to school in hell.
That's a Rumakun.
Oh, right. Okay.
Welcome to Demon School of Rumakun. Oh, I love JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I love My Love Story, Kimini to Doke.
Somebody asks, hey, Alicia, I don't know what anime is. Can you explain it to me?
Anime is the expression of life.
Okay.
I mean, you can't really boil down anime to one specific thing. Like, anime has tons of different genres. It's a big, spicy pot. You know what I'm saying?
Dr. Mad wanted me to play a level, so I will play that, and then I'll take some requests from the chat.
Oh, I watched Tenchi Muyo when I was a kid, but only when I was a kid. And no, Demon Slayer is not the Japanese adaptation of Doom. Oh, I love Cowboy Bebop. I mean, that's like one of those anime that, like, any anime fan has seen, I guess.
And while I'm here, I will...
And I've also seen Samurai Champloo.
Follow Dr. Mad.
Oh, there are a couple of series this season that I'm excited to watch. What's the one about the girl who, it's an isekai where she gets transported into her favorite Otome game, but she's like the villain character, but she wants to, like, you know, she doesn't want to die because she dies at the end of, like, every route. I'm explaining it really weird, but it looked really good.
People keep asking if we've seen Kirby Right Back At You.
Oh, I used to watch that when I was little.
I was aware of it, but I was probably like, you know, I was a teenager by the time it started airing, so like, it sort of fell into the same bubble as Sonic X in that I would have probably really enjoyed it if it had come out a few years earlier.
Yeah, it's very much like a kids anime, which is adorable.
That freaking that reanimation episode we watched of it though was phenomenal. That kind of made me want to like check out the series. I'm like, okay, well, maybe there's more to it than I thought.
That was if you guys haven't seen that, you should check it out. Reanimated Kirby. Didn't that get taken down though?
I think so. I don't know.
Sorry, I don't mean to go on a weird anime rant.
But you do every time we stream. What do you mean you don't mean to?
Ask me.
I don't mind.
I don't want to bore anybody.
You say, I don't mean to do this, but it happens every time.
Jeez.
I'm pretty sure you do mean to do it.
Leave me alone. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff I still need to finish. I still need to finish Violet Evergarden, but I don't want to cry.
I mean, technically, we still need to finish Demon Slayer.
Yeah! We're at the super cute hanging out episodes.
And, the Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah! Oh, I fucking love Yu Yu Hakusho, you guys!
We've now reached the anime portion of the Geek Critique stream.
Come on, the episode where Yusuke first comes back from the dead, and that demon, the guy with the demon in him, kidnaps Kuwabara's kitten, and Yusuke saves him, and then a little demon crawls out of the boy's mouth. It's great. It's quality.
Apparently, the Kirby Right Back At You thing was taken down by a troll and not Nintendo.
Oh,
and it's
really?
Back up now. So that's good, because that is a phenomenal freaking video.
Yeah, you guys should definitely check it out. It's really cute.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. The sandstorm makes this difficult. But I got him.
But you did it.
Do-do-do-do. There we go. Sometimes the best thing to do is just to dash to the end.
Like life. No, wait. That's not true. If I tried to do a Kuwabara voice, I think my vocal cords would shred themselves.
Thank you, Dr. Mad. That was an enjoyable stage.
Thank you, Dr. Mad. But I'll try. Hey, Yusuke. Let me borrow some yen. I want to play Tekken at the arcade.
You're a meshy!
You're a meshy!
Alright, so somebody give me a code, and here's the thing, though. It has to be a super world. That's what I want to play right now. Cassandre, I'll check that one, since you were the first one to share something after I did that, but I want to play a super world, so I'm going to see if this person has one.
Oh man, Botan, I just want to go to the Tokyo Dome. That's my Yusuke.
No, our joke with Yusuke is that, Hellfire Peaks? That sounds interesting. No uploaded Super World. Do I want to play it anyway? No, I was told that I had to show off Super Worlds, so I will come back and check this out.
Yeah, because that looks really cute.
Oh, wait, I already followed this person, so... I'll come back and check that out later. Oh, yeah, I can see why I follow this. Toxic Tower DKC2, I remember that. Yeah, I played some of these before.
Matthew C., I think you're joking, but also you know not what you ask for, even if you are joking.
Did you see any other level codes?
I saw a couple. Chat's going pretty fast, though.
Yeah, it's, like I said, it's got to be something with a super world. I'll try... No, our joke with Yusuke was that early on... Oh, Emerald Coast! Oh no! I really want to play this one.
Oh no.
But no Super World! Well, I will follow this person and try it Try it later.
No, our joke is that Yusuke's #1 approach to any problem is to fucking eat it.
As in die?
As in die, because that's, like, his solution to, like, the first 3 big obstacles he faces in the anime.
Yeah, he keeps...
He just keeps trying to fucking eat it.
Ah, here's a world. 6HT... G9... This is thrilling content, watching me put in level codes.
I mean, I'm riveted.
Yeah, I know you can't do codes for Super... Well, no. I guess you can do codes for Super World. Well, you can do codes for Maker profiles, and that's where you see Super Worlds. So, okay. I'm not saying I'll play this whole thing, but I want to show this one off.
We're gonna dive in.
So, yeah. Individual makers can make Super Worlds. And, like, you can customize, like, the layout of this map screen and, like, the obstacles and, like, put in toad houses. And generally just provide a collection of your own levels and have them go in order. And this one's called Treasure Hunt.
Adorable.
No, I'll go back and play those levels. Just don't Hellfire. Like I saw that I actually tried the Hellfire Peaks one before, but never tried the Emerald Coast. So you know that's right up my alley.
Yeah, big time.
Botan! There's no other way! I have to fucking eat it!
Don't you do it, Yusuke!
Don't you see? There's no more time!
Yusuke!
Fucking eating is the only option!
Yusuke, there's always another way!
Not this time!
You say that every time!
I don't want to die, but...
You said that earlier when they put pickles on your hamburger!
Ah, damn it, I just got back and I already have to fucking eat it again!
That was the improv comedy portion of the stream.
That's all it is. What do you mean, the portion?
I know.
I wonder how I get up there. Here in this treasure hunt. Probably fly.
I mean, I would assume so.
This is going to bounce back. There it comes. Okay. Now it's out of my hair. Haha. I don't know though. God, just running around, getting to it. I hope that there's significantly more coins in the level. I hope this isn't like get every coin in the level because
it said you gotta get 240.
That is a bunch, I know.
Yeah. Sorry, we haven't exactly been doing good about the staying on topic of the game thing.
Well, the problem is we've streamed Mario Maker 2 before, you know?
Yeah.
There's only so much you can say there.
But that is true. Thwomp is bad.
Not as bad as those monsters from Ganon.
Yes. Matthew C. wants to know what's the best anime video game.
The name is Dragon Ball Fighters. The name is Zelda, and it's really rad. Those monsters from Ganon are really bad.
Hell yeah.
That was an 80s television commercial for The Legend of Zelda on NES.
Fire as hell.
Okay, not every coin is needed. Cool. Oh yeah, and the Yu Yu Hakusho creator also made Hunter.
Hunter.
I was like, I'm gonna get this wrong.
I said it Hunter x Hunter for the longest time, but it's supposed to be Hunter.
Yeah, I couldn't... I didn't think that was right.
Yeah. Your opinion of Evangelion. I've actually, like, never watched, like, all of Evangelion.
Oh god!
I know, I'm a terrible anime fan. I'm kind of scared that it'll just, like, make me super depressed.
I remember one of the people I knew in Anime Club was, like that was, like, the only anime they liked or talked about.
Oh, because it was...
Oh god!
It was, like, the big, smart anime for the longest time, you know?
I remember reading a plot synopsis of it and being like, yep, that's anime right there.
Oh, yeah.
That's it kind
and
of...
then it didn't even really get an ending, and then there's been like 3 million ending movies, you know? I mean, you know, it's one of those like quintessential anime that you should probably check out if you're getting into it. I just never watched it. It gets too real from what I've heard when it comes to depression and stuff, and I'm like...
You want to have a good time watching anime.
I mean, I like the occasional depressing show, but you know, it's got to be real good.
Oh, this is gonna be tough. Like, I see that's what I think I need to do here, but like, okay, I'll tell you what. Oh man, didn't get it. Well, that's tough. Because, like, I can't, like, kick the bomb block up.
Yeah.
Or not the bomb, not the block. Oh, well. I'm gonna die if I keep trying it. Let's see. Get back up there.
We don't really have a level queue. We're kind of
we
just
don't.
going with the flow here.
Yeah, like I'll play like a level or two here. Although I don't know this one. this is a very long level.
Oh yeah, the Evangelion theme song does slap. Cruel Angel Thesis.
I've probably heard it run across it at some point.
Oh, it's been in like so many memes. You've definitely had to have heard it. The
It's probably in Mario Brothers Z somewhere.
I can't speak Japanese.
Don't you hate when you get like an anime theme song stuck in your head?
Yeah, so and then you can just only sing like the English words that are in it, like yeah, oh yeah.
Don don do 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 don don do 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 do.
Oh, thank you,
King of Cucumbers.
My bad. He says, no end of Evangelion is the ending to the series, but it's cerebral. The last 2 episodes take place in Shinji's mind. It's weird. Yeah, that's what I've heard. Like,
spoilers!
Well, like, come on, it came out in the 90s.
Yeah, I know.
You know, everybody with the clapping. It's weird. They referenced that in a Steven Universe episode, though.
I remember one time, actually, come to think of it, this is relevant to what we were talking about earlier. One time in the anime club, we watched the then brand new movie Final Fantasy VII Advent Children.
Oh no!
And that was the day that I was like, wow.
Oh no!
They kind of fucked that one up.
Yeah. Ooh. Oh, Matthew C wants to know if I like 7 Deadly Sins and how it compares to other anime. I really love 7 Deadly Sins. I like marathoned that the whole first season in like 2 days.
Yeah, she loved it so much that I locked like probably about a dozen episodes of it.
Yeah, but he couldn't get into it.
Couldn't really get into it.
I mean, I know there's some weird stuff in it.
But, yeah, that's fine.
You know.
I didn't hate it. I was just like, it's okay.
Yeah, but I love 7 Deadly Sins. I still need to watch the 2nd season because I'm a terrible fan again. But I think it's definitely one of the most fun shonen anime, I guess.
Well, I guess I can run back here and try to... It's just the only thing I really see to do at this point is to keep trying to get that spike helmet. And maybe I'm missing something. But, like, I have to, like, run back over here. I could come at it from the top.
Woo!
Maybe.
I've read Berserk, but
oh god,
I got to the end of the Golden Age arc, and I haven't, and I've taken a very long break because it's very depressing. Berserk's one of those depressing anime that I'll give a shot.
You know, I bet that's how I was intended to do it the whole time, and I was just making it more complicated.
I'm sorry. I'm so horrible about doing that in games.
Yeah, there's like sometimes you're playing a game and you're just failing and failing and failing, and you're like, am I doing something wrong?
And then it turns out to be like a super simple thing.
Yeah.
And then you feel super dumb.
But okay. This is gonna bring me pretty close to being done with the level.
Woo!
Need 12 more coins, and I think I remember seeing them back in the first area, so I will return there.
I haven't watched the Pokemon anime since I was, like, you know, small. But, I mean, I've kind of wanted to check out the Sun and Moon adaptation, because, like, the animation looked really cute and fun.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. I always meant to give that a shot. The new Digimon reboot series of the original looks really good.
My impression
I want to check that out.
I guess my impression of the Pokemon anime, like, Not that I've watched too much of it since I was a kid.
Yeah.
But from what I've seen, it seems like it's always written very specifically with, like, that demographic in mind.
Yeah.
And, like, oh, I ran out of time. Oh, man, I was 2 coins away.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's another thing about Mario Maker 2. You still can't turn off the timer.
You poor thing.
I think I'm going to go try that Emerald Coast stage
My
now.
heart breaks for you.
I showed people what a super world looks like. It's okay.
Yeah.
Somebody says, what did I miss? You've missed, what was the... yeah, Freedom Planet.
Yeah.
And also Alicia talking about, like...
a lot of it.
Basically every pretty boy anime character that ever existed.
No, I did not. There were a lot I left out. Oh, Evan McLean wants to know if you found any levels that are similar to Super Metroid.
Oh yeah, there's like across Mario Maker 1 and 2, I remember seeing stages that are like, you know, sort of Metroidvania. In fact, I've played them on stream before.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they're Metroidvania style Mario levels, or Mario Maker levels. Let's see here. I wanted to play that Emerald Coast stage, and I followed the person who made it, and now I'm probably going to have to scroll down through about 1 billion. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it very easily again.
Oh, no.
Oh, jeez.
But yeah, Berserk is very... it's very good and it's very influential. Like, pretty much any giant sword boy in anime you've seen, that's from Berserk, you know?
Oh, I did watch... I can't remember what it was called, but that Pokemon, like, special series that was, like 4 episodes long and just adapted the plot of Red and Blue.
Yeah, I never watched that, but it looked cute.
I really enjoyed that.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Matt. He says, if people want a Pokemon adaptation targeted toward an older audience, I would strongly recommend the Pokemon Adventures manga. It's fantastic. I've always heard the manga was good. I've never read it, but...
thank you so much, Joseph Broom, for giving that to me again.
Woo! Woo!
Yeah, Pokemon Origins, that's what it's called. Hey, I'm sorry to be a bother because I know this is an anime stream, but what's your guys' opinion on video games?
Sorry. Sorry. I hope you guys...
Yeah, once you get Alicia talking about anime, like...
Well, people are asking me questions.
Yeah, no, I don't mind.
No. But
It's
sorry
it's like asking me about Sonic. We can basically just go on forever about these subjects.
Yes.
Oh, no! No, I didn't die. I thought I was going to die. Well, I can kind of see the resemblance here with the bridges and the springs and the... I mean, I've screwed it up terribly, of course, but... Like, I want to, like, bounce up here and then bounce off those springs and then go the other direction. But, unfortunately, Mario is not Sonic the Hedgehog and just isn't good enough.
That's what you always say when you play Mario games. A single tear rolls down your cheek. Why isn't he Sonic?
Nah, it's okay. There wouldn't have been a Sonic without Mario. Because Mario showed him everything not to do! Oh!
You're so bold.
I'm just... Look, the Super Nintendo versus Sega Genesis war never ended, so... I say, even though I had both of them. Okay, this time. Yeah, this is how it's supposed to go.
Wasn't that Gundam Musou game that came out recently really good? My brother was really excited about it. I think it was a Musou game. It looked really awesome.
Remember that time I downloaded the demo for Jump Force?
No.
Speaking of anime games.
Because you never played it, I don't think.
No, I did play it. Am I remembering the right thing? It's that...
It's a bad one.
It's the really awful anime crossover fighting game.
Yeah, with like all the shonen boys.
See, I didn't think I was going to have to jump there, but I did.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Alright. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to go.
Oh! Yeah, Gundam Dynasty Warriors. That's what I'm thinking of. Thank you, Common CJ.
Oh, I forgot. I did the same thing last time. I need to go in that pipe. Oh god, Jump Force.
I don't get it. Like, Shonen Jump is one of the biggest brands in Japan with, like, so many cool, fun characters you could do stuff with. Why make a bad game?
Yeah, it's really it's just such a cool idea on it, like on the surface, and you'd think they take the time to get it right.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm gonna play one more Mario Maker level after this, and then we're gonna have a short break and then get on to the second half of the stream.
Oh,
sound good to you?
Yeah, it does. Jake Schwaber, I've played the Platinum Transformer game, and I played War for Cybertron. That was actually pretty good.
Somebody asked Alicia, what is your favorite Sonic game? Answer carefully.
Oh, no. Oh, I feel like there's no right answer to this question.
There is a right answer.
Oh, dear.
There are a couple of right answers, in fact, but there are also a couple of wrong ones.
I don't know. I mean...
I'm just kidding. I don't care what your favorite Sonic game is. We're still getting married.
I mean, nostalgically, I guess Sonic Adventure 2.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm basic, I guess, but... You know.
It's okay.
We didn't have a Genesis when I was growing up, so I never really played much Sonic, other than Adventure and stuff.
Yeah, so, like, what other Sonic games did you have when you, like, growing up?
Sonic Adventure.
1 and 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
My brother got Sonic 06.
What? That wasn't your favorite? Do not tell her to say Heroes. See, that would be the one thing that would have given me pause.
Yeah, I know. I mean, just playing that for like 2 seconds was enough for me. So.
Oh yeah, that time we played it on.
Yeah, that was bad.
We played the multiplayer mode.
I don't want to make anybody sad. That's just my opinion.
Hey, somebody give me one more Mario Maker 2 level. Ah, Super Waluigi fan got there first.
Oh!
It's gonna be NG57GY.
See what we got here.
L9G. And it's gonna be Courser Maker Not Found. Did I enter it wrong? 9G57GYL9G.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, sorry, that doesn't seem to work. So I will... The second one I saw was Chicken Lord Draws, and that's X8Y. Will you read this off to me?
Yeah. XAY, PLB, PPF.
Somebody says, ever played Strombad's cool game for attractive people? Yeah, I was playing that again just the other day, actually.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Fear, Day, Turbulence.
I mean, it's just like an episode of Speedmail.
Yeah, I first played it on the... I played that series on the Wii as it came out, but I haven't played it, like... I haven't played through it again since then, to my recollection, so... We've actually kind of, like, been on a Homestar Runner kick lately.
Yeah, been watching a ton of Speedmails.
And, like, the old tunes, the new tunes.
And Skills of an Artist.
Oh god, the Halloween costumes.
Oh, I love the Halloween costume videos. Those are
hilarious.
so funny.
Yeah, Homestar Runner, another thing that wasn't anime that I discovered at Anime Club.
Yeah. Oh, Darkwing Spartan, have either of you played the Resident Evil games?
I'll let you answer that one. I'll answer first. My answer is less interesting. My answer is a little bit, but not too much. Probably the one I played the most was 7, the newest one.
Yeah.
Got quite a ways into that one, but then the Switch came out and Breath of the Wild took up all of my time from then on.
Yeah, I really love Resident Evil 2. That's just like a really fun roller coaster ride. More of an action game than a horror game, really. And I really love Resident Evil 4, like, you know, who doesn't, I guess. And Resident Evil 7's really great, too.
You know, I really need to play Resident Evil 4 again sometime. I heard it was supposed to be this just, like, incredible game when it first came out.
Yeah.
So I rented it, and I just didn't get it at all.
Aww.
Like,
I mean, it's very different from the rest of the Resident Evil games before.
Well, no, I never played any of those either, though.
Yeah, I know. But...
Like, I was just like, oh man, that is...
Good night, Sweet Prince.
That's gotten me twice now. I'm gonna give it one more try.
Okay.
But no, I think it was. I really don't remember the game well enough to know why I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I haven't played it in so long, and I was like 16, I guess, when I did. So it's not like I probably didn't take the time to develop a particularly nuanced opinion. I just remember playing it for like an hour or two,
Yeah.
and being like, man, this is the game that people were saying was that good, really?
Darkwing Spartan, I played the original too. I haven't played the remake. It looks really good. It just looks kind of like they made it darker,
I played the demo of Resident Evil 2 when that came out last year.
Oh,
of
yeah.
the remake version.
Yeah.
It was pretty fun.
Just a Video Game says, Josh and Alicia, have you ever played Star Tropics? When your answer is no, how do I get this to happen? Aha, I actually have played Star Tropics a little bit. I never got very far in it, but I did play it.
I know that's an NES adventure game. That's the one with it had the note in the box that you had to expose to water.
And you had the yo-yo.
No, that's Earthbound.
No, you have a yo-yo as a weapon in Star Tropics. I'm so serious.
And in Earthbound, though.
Yeah.
And
it was in Star Tropics.
And in Kirby Superstar.
Yeah, but it was in Star Tropics.
More games could have yo-yos as weapons.
I agree.
I can't think of any others.
Yeah, no, I'm surprised you don't like Resident Evil 4, because it is arcadey as fuck.
I was 16! I don't know! I don't remember! Maybe I should get it on the Switch.
Leon Scott Kennedy is amazing in that game with his action movie one-liners. And he's just so above it all. I love him so much. I'm sad that they didn't keep that in like Resident Evil 6 and stuff.
Alright, we're gonna take a little 5, 10, maybe a little longer, you know how it is. We're gonna take a little break here.
If Josh knocks something over and we have to like rewire everything.
Yeah, completely rewire all the stream equipment again. We'll be back shortly with Ratchet and Clank and then Sonic Robo Blast 2.
Woo!
So now a word from our sponsor, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Foot tap.
All right. And we're back. And
ASMR.
back for more ASMR. Hey, while we were gone, just sitting there on the no spoilers, I don't want spoilers. While we were just sitting there on the hold on a sec screen, we somehow gained about like 70 viewers. What do you think that's about? Where are you guys coming from?
I think they just want to see your content.
They just want to see Ratchet and Clank.
And we're very thankful for everybody who's here.
Or does the game not have sound?
Oh, God.
I hear sound. It's quiet, but I hear it.
Yeah, we just have it turned down pretty low.
Yeah. Alright, so here we go with Ratchet and Clank. So this is... this is me, like, booting it up to see if it was going to work. But... Oh, yeah, I guess I do. Yes. There we go. This is one of those, the collection of PlayStation 2 platformers, or I guess action platformers. I don't exactly even know how to classify this game, because I never played it before.
It's like a 3D platformer.
Yeah. This is one of those, basically, like, PS2 era platformers that I just completely missed out on, because, of course, I was very angry at the PS2 for a long time.
You were.
And when I finally got it for Metal Gear Solid games and wrestling games. And that was mostly all I played on it.
Yeah.
So, like, Ratchet and Clank, Jak and Daxter, Sly Cooper, what else was there? Those are probably the three big ones.
Yeah, those are in, like, a similar vein.
Yeah.
Cartoony, cute platformers.
But, speaking of wrestling, the commercials for this game were all over wrestling shows at the time, so I remember those really well. And those were some very good commercials, because I still remember them, like, like 17 years later.
Yeah.
They really made a, like... They made a good impression of, like, how varied the weaponry in this game was, and, like, showed off the different, like, wacky gadgets you could use, I guess. I don't remember exactly, but...
I think you comment, CJ.
Thank you!
He says, it's basically a 3D Mega Man X game, but good.
And, Common CJ is the person who requested we play this game.
Yeah, I played these a little bit when I was younger, and I really enjoyed it. I like Ratchet, he's a saucy boy. And Clank is a good robot, and that's my review.
Okay, Clank is the robot, that's what I thought.
Ratchet has a ratchet.
Oh.
You see.
But can he use it to, like, make vehicles in a Banjo-Kazooie game? I don't know, I think Nuts and Bolts might have been a little better than this. Unless it has vehicles. Anyway, Common CJ's message was, "Stream, Josh, or you will not survive!" I don't know if that's a reference to something or not, but...
There is a gun that turns people into animals.
And also, apparently, there's slowdown. Yeah, if this doesn't run right, I'm not familiar enough with the game to know that. I'm doing my best here.
It does look like there's slowdown. Because this should be running at 60 frames per second.
Oh, should it? Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Well. Alicia.
Yeah.
Entertain the people while I investigate this issue.
Welcome back to Alicia time. What you guys want to talk about? I got my big cup of water. I'm ready. What do you guys think about the Ratchet and Clank reboot?
Yeah, that's been a hot topic.
Yeah.
I owned that very briefly when I first got my PS4.
Whatever happened to that?
I sold it because I was like,
yeah.
Can't get into it.
Yeah. Least favorite anime? Oh, man.
Are there any that you don't like?
I mean, if I don't like something, I just stop watching it.
Maybe like a sequel series that didn't live up to the hype and that disappointed you? So like you hold some like stronger feelings about it? There are some Dragon Ball fans who really hate Super.
Yeah. Which I enjoy.
Please don't stand on my laptop. We're using that.
I have played Phoenix Wright. I love Phoenix Wright. Phoenix is a great boy. And I like that he adopted a daughter. That was cute. And I love Maya. I understand why she's gone, but I wish she'd come back. Athena was cool too, though. I liked Athena a lot.
My cat got on the laptop earlier. And now she is on me instead.
Yeah, I know that the remake of Ratchet and Clank pretty much changed Ratchet's entire personality. And really dumbed everything down for, you know, little babies.
I remember being aware of what was going on with Jak and Daxter at the time. Because, like, the first game came out and people loved it. And then the second game came out and they, like, made it all dark and edgy. And that really upset people.
Yeah. But then the third one got the tone pretty... Oh, wow! Common CJ! He says, my message was based off of the tagline for Ryuki. Fight or you will not survive.
Ah.
Very straightforward.
And thank you, Dr. Mad.
Says, one of my professors in film school knew people who worked on the Ratchet and Clank movie, and apparently it was a total shit show behind the scenes. I'd believe that! Oh, and the remake does that, like, like annoying trope that I thought died out where they put like scenes from the movie in the game as the cutscenes.
Hey, you can see this right now. This is running the same way as it was before, isn't it? This still isn't right, is it?
No. It doesn't look
Yeah,
like
it looks a little
frames.
slow even to me.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Common CJ always wants me to play PS2 games, and I don't typically care enough about the PS2 to figure out how to set up an emulator for it.
Oh lord.
So this is always going to be a bit of a problem.
I wish I had the original games, so we could just hook it up.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
Mostly what I have on PS2, though, is RPGs, if you can even believe it.
We had to...
And Devil May Cry.
When we moved in together, we had to buy an entire separate shelf just for Alicia's PlayStation games.
Yeah, because I grew up with the PlayStation. PlayStation 2, 3, 4. And yet we make it work.
And yet we make it work. Let's see here.
Yeah, what they did with Ratchet was just really boring. Because, you know, in the game, he's like, he's a tough, gruff boy. And he's got an attitude. But then they just kind of turned him into a generic good boy nerd fellow. I guess to make him relatable to the children. I'll have a good night, Zudo Kato.
Let's just start trying stuff.
Oh, does that really happen in the movie? I've never seen the movie because I really, really didn't want to.
Fair.
Yeah.
From what I've heard. Okay, we're gonna try... The heck? Why can't I change this? You know, the way it's running kind of looks to me like it's targeting like a PAL frame rate. But I don't know.
Oh, but yeah, if you really want like an in-depth video about it, you should really check out the Gaming Bert video on it, because it's like an hour and a half and he goes into like everything. Yeah, I'm not surprised the movie was very disappointing. It looked very disappointing.
I remember even people who were disappointed by the game said the movie was an even bigger letdown.
Oh, man. Have a good night, Common CJ.
Oh, he has to go? That sucks.
Yeah, sorry you gotta go, dude.
We tried!
We tried so hard. Just having problems.
PlayStation 2 emulation.
Dimension says, what's your BIOS? Are you using a US version? So they're trying to help.
I'll figure it out. I've been down this road before. Yeah, like, see, it says up there, speed 100%. But,
Hello, Robot Dinosaur.
I don't know, I could just play it like this, I guess.
Oh my god!
Is it that bad?
It's really bad! It should be right.
Yeah.
I wish we had the HD versions.
Yeah.
Those are, like, pretty...
Okay, I'll try. I'll give this one more shot. I saw somebody else say they were having problems.
Yeah.
So let's try.
But yeah, I don't remember hearing. I remember hearing a lot of people say that they liked the remake. So I don't know.
Yeah, I remember the remade game reviewing pretty well, but I didn't.
Except it being in 30 FPS instead of 60 like the original.
Yeah.
In motion blur.
Well, I would have been awfully offended by that.
Mm-hmm.
But see, I saw somebody say that they got it working by changing this base frame rate adjust setting, but I cannot change that.
So what's you guys' favorite part of watching us fiddle with?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Common CJ can't be here right now anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I should skip this for now and we can just go play Sonic Robo Blast 2.
Yeah, but we'll get it working.
We will get it working and I'll play it next time.
Yeah. I
don't want to play the game in slow motion, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I know Sonic Robo Blast 2 works.
Yes.
Because I play that game all the time.
When are you never, not playing Sonic? I think is the better question.
Well, now it's not an idle animation anymore. Now it's this. Alright, sorry, Common CJ. I will... I wasn't familiar enough with Ratchet and Clank to know that it wasn't running right, you know?
It looks so muddy, though.
Well, yeah, that's because it was running in native resolution.
Yeah, but you know.
I mean, I could have fixed that. At first it wasn't. I just turned it down because I thought that might be why it was running bad. Alright, this is a request from Telna. This is Sonic Robo Blast 2, the famous Sonic fan game that has been in development for 22 years now.
800 years.
And the message she wanted me to read was, by the way, for context, I believe this is sort of an in-joke within the Sonic Robo Blast 2 community, because for many years they wanted the team to implement slopes, and they apparently couldn't do it. And now they did eventually figure out how to implement slopes. And anyway, slopes are not in SRB2. It has nothing to do with setting it up or making Sonic run on it. It has everything to do with how damn hard it would be to get the game to draw them on screen. Slanted floors just don't work the way Doom renders the graphics, and it would require someone highly proficient in linear algebra, I'm talking college courses, not high school algebra, and C to even have a chance to add slopes to the game. In other words, no matter how many times you say we should add slopes to in SRB2 by insert way to define a slope in a WAD format here, it's not going to happen because the game can't display it. End of story. Thank you.
I always say that.
It's a morning affirmation if I've ever heard one. So, Sonic Robo Blast 2. This is a game I first played in 2002, and just earlier this year rediscovered.
I think they're all cute.
It had changed quite a bit since then. I'm gonna play one level as just... Telna specifically wanted me to play as Amy Rose, so that's what I'll be doing. But I'm going to play through the first level as Sonic, just so, because I know how to play this character, and so we can kind of discuss it a little bit.
I do really like the aesthetic of this game. It's very unique.
This game is made on a, at this point, extremely highly modified version of the Doom Legacy engine. It is quite different, you know, controlling a 3D controlling a 3D action game in, like, an engine that was designed originally for a first-person shooter. Most high-level players of this game recommend using a mouse and keyboard, but I'm in the living room, so I'm using a controller, which, you know, analog input is supported. But that basically means, like, you sort of have to play it like an FPS to a degree. Like, right now I'm moving left and right on the left stick, and that's, you know, moving me back and forth, and then you control your like, turning with the right stick. And, I mean, even on a controller, it's perfectly playable. It does take some getting used to, and I know some people really, like, struggle with that. But, you know, after a while of playing, it really came together for me.
Yeah, I tried playing it with you once, and I was just, like, running into every wall, so...
But the big... And Telna, like I said, I'm playing through one level with Sonic to talk about the game, and then I'll switch to Amy. Don't worry. Really, like, especially as I got better and better at it, what I really came to, like, appreciate about it is that this is sort of a representation of something that we never actually got. And that's a game that actually tries to, like, replicate the momentum and slope-based gameplay of the classic Sonic games in a 3D engine. Like, a more basic version of this probably actually could have been done on the Sega Saturn, and man, I love that part. You know, 3D Sonic games have trended, like, they were always kind of this way, but they've trended more and more toward, you know, being sort of like linear speed-based, spectacle-based games. And, like, there's, like, that suits the strengths of 3D well, and I don't hate that, and I think that can and even has been done extremely, extremely well. But I would really like to see, like, you know, high-budget, like, serious take on this gameplay style in a 3D engine, because I think that, like, what this fan game that's taken 22 years to develop shows is that it really can work, and it really can, like, be extremely enjoyable and extremely replayable. Because, you know, you've seen, I've been playing this game a lot.
Oh god, yeah, there was a while where you were playing it, like, every night.
Yeah.
For, like, a couple weeks.
Yeah. And I'm not doing the best here, but, you know, talking at the same time. Give me a break.
I won't give you a break.
Okay.
You have to be the best gamer at all times.
Like I said, though, the controls really do take some getting used to. Although, if you want to use a controller, there's a new, like, control mode that makes it control apparently a little bit more like a traditional 3D platformer like you'd expect. It's just by the time that mode came out, I was already so used to this that it was awfully weird for me to play with it. But alright, let's switch to Amy.
Amy. I really like her old design. I think it's cute.
There we go.
With her little headband. I think it's fresh.
Yeah.
And her little dress.
And when I said, like, I think the Saturn actually probably could have, like, handled something like this. Should probably figure out how Amy works here. What I mean is that, like, this style, and this is like what Sonic X-treme was going to be. It's a 3D engine, but, like, a lot of the graphics are like sprites. And it uses sprite scaling to, you know, reduce the load on like, the hardware.
Yeah, I think what is the English language? I think it makes it look very cute, very unique.
Yeah, I love the style of this. Although, you know, some people are like, Sega should have just done this for the Saturn. Like, these levels are way too big and complicated for the Saturn to have been able to pull off.
Yeah.
This game exactly would not have worked on the Saturn. Anyway, let's see. Amy has her hammer, of course, and that. And I know she can hit springs. There's some way to do a hammer drop, I believe. I probably should have looked at the description.
Drop the hammer.
Does she have a burb? I don't think so.
Why not?
Let's start a new game. Press spin while on the ground, double jump to swing her hammer, hitting a spring. Okay, no, she just has the hammer. I thought she had some sort of a spinny drop thing like in the Sonic Advance series, but I guess perhaps I was thinking of something else.
You did it, you hit the thing.
I did.
My riveting Sonic commentary.
He also said emeralds are optional. I'm not gonna go for all the emeralds, but I'll get at least one, so we can talk about the special stage mode.
Or he'll get all of them.
I mean, when I was, like, playing this game, like, all the time, I did, like, figure out where like, enough of these medals were that I could get all the Chaos Emeralds really early in the game.
He can't resist the allure of Sonic.
This is just really good.
I know.
I'm pretty sure this is already, like, my most played Sonic fan game, and, you know, Played a lot of them, but I think I've just already played this one more than any other.
Mm-hmm.
Though I did play like a much, much earlier build of it, like in 2002. Man, Amy is the hard mode, that's for sure. And then for the special stages, you play Nights into Dreams.
Yeah, I really love that. Looks really fun.
Apparently it caused a big stir within the community when it first came out.
Oh my.
Because before the special stages were like these 3D stages where you ran around and got blue spheres.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing you do that. Play those.
Yeah, actually, I think when we played 2-player mode, we got those instead of this.
Yeah.
Like, I think they're still in the game.
Yeah, that's right. For some reason, we couldn't do this.
Well, I guess, because it wouldn't work well in 2-player.
Well, yeah, but I want to ram my head into yours while we're flying around.
But, I mean, I think this is cool, but...
Yeah.
But, you know, I like Knights.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first build of this game was released in 1998.
Woo! I was 6 years old.
Merely a Fan says it would be interesting to see the adventure aesthetics in this style, given we've seen a bit of the inverse. Oh, stay tuned for the end of the stream. I got something to show off. But I don't know. I think like if I have a criticism, and like, you know, it's a fan game, so it's a little bit different to criticize it. I think some of the late game stages are like, and I heard that like some of them haven't been redesigned for like the new engine, which can support slopes. But I think like,
God bless you, slopes.
I think the late game stages get a little too. Oh man, Amy can't spin. That is why she's hard mode, because normally I always come off of here and spin.
Ooh, yeah, that is rough.
Yeah. I think late game this can get a little the stages get a little long and they get a little gimmicky, and like they stop being sort of this like, not entirely, but you know, this like Sonic games I think should have a balance of like speedy flow sections, and then you can have some like platforming in there and some tougher obstacles. But like, I guess it noticeably doesn't use the engine as effectively late in the game. Dr. Matt says, holy crap, this game is older than I am. Yeah, Egg Rock hasn't been redesigned yet, that's what I thought.
Oh no, I'm old.
That said, that stage where you race Metal Sonic is just... mwah. That was where I really fell in love with this game.
French kiss.
Yeah.
I mean, chef kiss.
Chef kiss.
My bad.
I don't know, that was pretty easy. I was doing better with that boss than I usually do with Sonic.
It's because she has cool shoes.
Devin Craig says, have you tried any of the classic physics or momentum mods? I assume you mean for this game, but no, I haven't.
Man, I thought you downloaded like every mod for this game.
The only mod of this game that I've tried is, aside from the surprise one that I'm going to show off at the end of the stream, is Sonic Robo Blast 2 Kart. Like, that's what it's called. And it looks really fun, but it's basically uses this same engine for like a kart racing game, and God, there are so many stages. But it looks like it'd be really fun, but it is multiplayer only.
I don't even understand how that would work.
It works really, really well, actually.
Wow.
But I haven't actually like played too much of it because I haven't gotten a multiplayer game set up. I bet there are people in the TGC galaxy that would be interested in doing that, though.
Oh God, yeah.
The Geek Critique Galaxy. That's what
the little stars.
That's what I call my subscribers now.
Our little stars.
I don't know. That sounds kind of patronizing.
No, they're the shiny stars in our galaxy. What's patronizing about that? I think it's beautiful.
All right.
Our little rings.
They light up our life.
Yeah.
Through ad revenue and Patreon.
We
Support.
survive.
We survive.
And I say God bless. Really, we can never thank you guys enough for your support, of course.
Of course, yeah. The fact that this is that we can do this, and this is like supports us, especially in times like this.
Yeah. And you guys listen to my anime rants.
Ramps?
Oh my god, I'm sorry.
You can't have anime ramps in Sonic Robo Blast 2. The engine simply doesn't support it.
God damn it. Y'all listen to anime ramps and you don't. Oh my
you did it again!
Sorry, Daisy.
That was on purpose. That second one was on purpose. Now you're just doing it for the joke.
No, I'm not. That was not on purpose. I'm so serious. Rants. And you don't tar and feather me. There we go. That's all I was trying to say.
There you go. You did it. But no, thinking about what comes later in the game, Amy is going to get really, really difficult.
Yeah. Oh, Hexmaster says, at the Geek Critique, hey, I love your content and your personalities. You may remember me asking your favorite band last stream, and I was wondering if you could do streams more often. We
would like to do. Back in the summer we were,
yeah.
You know?
I don't know. Like, I guess maybe with things going on, it's hard.
Yeah, honestly, like, it's been I've gotten some work done on the next season, which is forthcoming.
Of course.
But, like, it's been a little bit hard to, like, self-motivate lately, and I think it's because, like, I basically spent most of December and then all of January, February, and March getting the Samus Returns episode ready.
Yeah, you were going like overtime.
And like right when I was coming up on the end of that episode was when, you know, quarantine happened. Like, so yeah. I think like
literally right when you finished it.
Yeah. So like I think that it's been a little difficult because like I haven't really been able to like get out and do anything else since then.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to. It's kind of hard to feel like I've really had gotten to have much of a break, even though, you know, it's been a month.
Yeah, these are just wild times.
Yeah.
And I hope everybody's staying sane and staying safe out there.
Yeah, and I also want to say, like, come to think of it, I really appreciate you guys for being the kind of community that's like,
oh God, yeah.
That's like, there are so many times over the years where I've said something like, because I've been worried that people are going to be like mad at me over things. But nobody ever actually has been.
Yeah, you guys are very kind and very wonderful.
Mm-hmm. And we love you.
We love and appreciate all of you.
So, we should stream more often for them.
We should, yeah.
Because, yeah, geez, like, back in the summer, we were doing it, like, every 2 weeks or so.
Yeah, we were. We had a really good rhythm going.
So yeah, we should try to do that more often. I think it's just especially once I really get into the like the grind of working on an episode, like that's like kind of all I'm doing, you know?
Yeah.
How's the chat doing?
Oh, they're good. I'm keeping it on. And we'll say like as many times as we want to.
Do we say like a lot?
I guess so.
Probably.
It's one of those things.
I'll try to be more like, you know, like...
I'll be like super like fastidious about like not saying like.
No, really, I think being aware of stuff like that. Although I think I just did it without meaning to. I was gonna say it keeps you from doing it, but then I did it.
It's just like no, I have. See, I just
yeah,
did
you just
it.
did.
It's so
I think
easy
you and me are both in a bad habit of that. I think
it's one of those like vocal tics.
Like,
see, man, fucking rip. We need a like jar.
Hey, there you go! Just Andre says, I want to see Alicia's expert Devil May Cry play.
I don't know about expert, but I can do something.
Yeah, before we streamed, we were talking about how... I didn't say it. I was going to, but I didn't. We were talking about how often we end up playing Sonic games on stream.
Yeah.
Alicia's like, yeah, when are you gonna let me play Devil May Cry 5?
Yeah, when are you gonna let me come and play, like, Persona 5? Sorry.
No, I did it. I think I did it too.
When can I get in here and play Kato Full Boyfriend?
I forgot what that is.
The pigeon dating simulator.
That's right.
It came out like 1 million years ago.
1 million? Is it older than Sonic Robo Blast 2?
Yeah, no, not that old. Few things are as old as...
This game isn't that
I'm just
old.
kidding.
It came out after Banjo-Kazooie. That was fairly recent, right?
I'm sorry.
Banjo-Kazooie, yeah, that wasn't that long ago.
It wasn't.
I mean, it's a 3D game. It can't be that old. I saw a tweet earlier today that said, like... There it is. Gotta be aware of that. It said... If... Like, when Animal Crossing on the GameCube came out, it had NES games in it. And the NES at that time was about 18 years old. So if New Horizons had games that were equivalently as old, it would have GameCube games such as Super Mario Sunshine, The Wind Waker, and Animal Crossing.
I don't see the problem.
I do wish you... Oh, man. I thought I was so cool for not drowning there, but then I got hit.
I'm sorry. I still think you're cool.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I would love to play Animal Crossing inside of Animal Crossing. Because then, then you could play NES games
Yes.
in Animal Crossing, in Animal Crossing New Horizons.
It's too many layers. Like, where's reality anymore?
And if you use that that NES emulator within Animal Crossing to play, like, Solitaire, then you would be playing a real-world game on your NES in Animal Crossing, in Animal Crossing New Horizons.
Well, why hasn't anyone made this happen?
Because Nintendo, for some reason, doesn't want to give us old games in Animal Crossing anymore, and
That's
it
so
makes me
lame.
sad.
Like, jeez. Just give us Balloon Fight, Nintendo.
I completely skipped Wild World and City Folk purely because they took away the old Nintendo games. I was so upset about that.
Oh, baby. I was super into Wild World for a while.
Oh, and by the way, then I got New Leaf and loved it and played hundreds of hours of
yeah.
it, so don't take that as me dunking on Animal Crossing too hard.
Yeah, You, the Cats, and New Horizons is like the things keeping me sane right now.
Yeah.
My new obsession is trying to make my house look like Aerith's house in the Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yeah, she built a waterfall next to it and everything.
And I put lilies all over it. It's coming along quite nicely.
Hawkboy says, who's your favorite content creator on YouTube? Who's yours?
The Geek Critique.
What?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say any one person is my favorite, but because not because I would be afraid of playing favorites, but because there are too many. One of the first ones that comes to mind is Defunctland, who has just been setting it on fire lately.
Oh, his videos are amazing. If you have any interest in like theme park history or anything like that, Disneyland, like check it out. It's so cool. It's so good.
Yeah, I'm thinking of like create like channels where as soon as they put something out, it doesn't matter if we think we're interested in it or not, we watch it.
Yeah, and it always ends up being super good. Like he did one on like what was it? Like the Disneyland promotion that they did with an airline, and it was really interesting. Like, damn it.
And then he's been doing this like retrospective of Walt Disney's life.
Yeah, and it's so good.
Oh, it's so good.
Like, he talks about Walt Disney's obsession with trains.
I don't know if Amy's supposed to be here. I don't quite... Like, most other characters would be able to get enough momentum to get them over there, but I don't know how Amy can. Unless there's, like, a spring hidden somewhere. Another example of a channel that will just drop everything to watch is OSW Review.
Oh, yeah, we love the OSW boys.
Ya boys! Also, I love them. They do an old school wrestling video podcast.
Yeah, it's so good.
Look, if you don't like wrestling, that's fine, but give one of their like movie reviews a shot. Yeah. They recently did a crossover with Alison Pregler to review an episode of Baywatch that was just hilarious.
Oh, it was so funny. It was just a lot.
I also love them because they are the only other content creators besides myself that I know of who still edit with Cyberlink Power Director.
Yeah, we can see like the same scene transitions.
Yeah, that like I have access to.
Yeah.
I have, but like everybody else uses like real editing software, industry standard stuff like Adobe Premiere and Sony Vegas and stuff like that. But no, we're standing for Cyberlink Power Director.
Oh, someone I really like, if you're into, RPGs and stuff, is Clamps. Clamps is really good. He does like story recaps, and he dives really deep. He has this whole series on Nier and Drakengard where he dives deep into the lore, and I love that shit. So if you're super into Nier and Drakengard, check him out because he does some good stuff.
Oh god! And at the exact intersection of Sonic videos and wrestling videos, there is Super Eye Patch Wolf.
Oh yeah, Super Eye Patch was great. Oh my god.
Always recommend Shay May.
Yeah, Shay May's awesome.
I could literally probably sit here for the next several hours just
Yeah,
coming up with YouTube creators that I like.
Oh, Mother's Basement's really great for anime content. I enjoy his content.
You know you're good at Sonic games when that song gives you no anxiety whatsoever.
Yeah.
People are always like, "Oh God,
I get contact anxiety from that song."
when I hear it, I'm just, okay. I've only got another like 20 seconds to get above water. Oh no! But I do remember when it freaked me out. It's a great touch. It's one of those things where if you haven't played a Sonic game in decades, you're gonna remember that. Now she's stepping on your computer.
Oh, our kitten is stepping on my laptop. What even happened?
Oh god, I shouldn't have gone for it. I went for it and I shouldn't have gone for it.
I can't see the stream. Oh, there it is. I found it.
Oh yeah, I remember Joe's Fun Time Wrestling review show.
Whew.
I watched a lot of those. Gaming Historian, yeah, of course.
Yeah, we watch Gaming Historian.
Yeah, I've been watching him for years. Ooh, Stop Skeletons from Fighting!
Yeah, Stop Skeletons from
Man.
Fighting is great.
Man, I love that guy.
I like his retrospective stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he did one on Mighty Number 9 that was really good.
He recently did a video on the Xbox, on like the history and the failure of the Xbox Kinect.
Yeah, that was good.
How is Amy gonna do this?
Oh, shit.
What's up?
Oh, the stream started playing.
Oh.
Bippy started it.
Amy is you're supposed to spin dash here to activate this door, but can I, like... What do I do?
Just figure it out.
Somebody who knows this game, help me.
Ow, I clapped too hard.
Do I push it? Will it just open for me because I'm Amy?
I like Down the Rabbit Hole. Let's see, what's one? I like the one about the Final Fantasy VII house. That one was good. He did a great furry documentary.
Game Apologist, yeah. I was recently made a cameo in one of his videos.
Nice.
In his most recent Sonic 3 video, because he's done a bunch of Sonic 3 videos because he is a man of taste and loves that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what to do. Break the floor! Oh, thank you. Yeah, I forgot Amy's hammer can break floors.
Break the...
There we go.
Whoa!
And this will be a path that I believe only she can get to, although maybe one of the other characters also has an ability that will break floors. Cool. So just like Sonic 3 had alternate Knuckles exclusive paths, this game has alternate paths as well for specific characters. Thank you so much. I was very stumped there.
You saved our lives.
This is the first time I've ever played as Amy in this game for any extended length of time. My god, can you imagine if I had started playing as Amy?
Oh, man.
Here's another tip for this game.
Fucking.
If you're gonna give it a shot and you've never played it before, either play as Tails or play as Sonic and Tails together. Because, like, until you have a handle on these controls, like, platforming is going to be and, like, vertical spaces are going to be your worst enemy, and Tails can fly, and if you're Sonic and Tails, you can also, like, you can do, you know, the boost.
The boost. You can do the boost.
I think I call it that purely because in like, maybe one episode of Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic says, "Yo, buddy, give me a boost." And so, perhaps that is even how I learned the word boost.
Oh, Pierce,
I was so little.
Pierce Medulla says that Amy can also bust spikes with her hammer.
Oh, yeah. A lot of characters can bust spikes. Well, Metal Sonic can
I
bust
thought
spikes.
I was helping. Someone else helped
Well,
me.
I didn't remember.
I'm hurt. I'm broken. Everybody on the stream just witnessed you break me.
My God.
I get very dramatic after 11 p.m.
Yeah. All right.
Have a good night, RPG gamer.
Thank you for watching us.
Live it up.
The other thing that's weird about this, wow, I can't believe I pulled that off,
Congratulations.
is that, like, in a typical, in most 3D, in most third-person action games, you can move the camera up and down, but here you can't do that because that breaks the sprites. Like, all you can do is left and right. And what made me think of that was what I did just now, where I needed to, like, land on that yellow spring, but I couldn't arc the camera down to be able to see it.
Yeah.
I just had to feel it.
Feel the code.
Yes. Yeah, Darkwing's part in this game is pretty aggressively not newcomer friendly.
Oh god, I'll sing Broken by Seether whenever you guys want me to. 'Cause I'm broken when I'm... Am I thinking of the right thing?
I think so.
I think so.
See, there's one of those angry early 2000s bands.
Yeah.
That song seems to track to the right time period. I believe that's right.
You're gonna wait. You don't feel me anymore.
Do I think I'll pick up Streets of Rage 4? I'm buying that game day one.
We should let Daisy play. Who wants to see our cat play Sonic?
Alright, Daisy, here you go.
Do it. Come on, Daisy. Come on, Daisy. You can do it. Daisy.
She is sniffing the controller.
She's looking at our other cat.
She seems pretty ambivalent about it all.
She laid down. She did her best.
I'll play for her. I'll play on her behalf.
She did her best.
So this is the point where the game probably really starts kicking your ass.
Yeah.
Castle Eggman Zone. Which was at one time, I think, like the last level of the game. Like much earlier in development. It had like just these 4 stages. Although I say much earlier in development, when I first played it back in my day, I think only the first 2 stages existed, and the second one was just like very much a work in progress, you know.
Yeah. Oh, Proto Luigi wants to know if you're going to review the Panzer Dragoon series.
I mean, never say never, but I don't have any specific plans to. I am excited about, well, the remake is already out on the Switch, but about that, I was really excited about the Panzer Dragoon remake coming out.
Oh, no.
And then I found out that on the Switch, it only runs at 30 frames per second. Whereas the videos they kept showing in the trailers were from the PC version that I don't think is out yet. Or at least it wasn't coming out at the same time. So I was like, oh, I'll just wait and pick it up on PC.
Yeah, that is a shame.
Yeah.
I was pretty excited about it, too.
But we'll play it when it comes out.
We will. Of course.
I did try playing Panzer Dragoon Saga about a year ago.
Oh, yeah.
Just to finally see what that was like.
You only played it like once, though.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's an RPG. It's I wasn't expecting to get super into it.
How could I ever think that you didn't like RPG?
I don't generally like RPGs, but there are major exceptions where I really love them, okay?
Our cats are trying to fight on my lap. Kitties. Young ladies, break it up. Break it up. No. You can both be on my lap, it's fine.
I like how, for this thing specifically, don't get on the laptop.
Don't get on the...
I like how in this instance specifically, Amy can spin.
Sorry. Cat interruption.
So I think I'm going to finish Castle Eggman. And when I say finish, I mean attempt to beat the boss, because oh my god, that's going to be nightmarish as Amy. Oh god, I only just thought of that.
Good luck.
Yeah, you remember that? The
Yeah,
boss
I
of this
do.
level? Oh god.
Oh, Merely a Fan says that they think that the Switch version got patched for 60 FPS.
Well, that's interesting.
We'll have to look.
How did I miss that?
Or at least will be, so maybe it has not happened yet.
Ah. Well, man, I'll probably go ahead and get it if they're saying it will be.
Yeah, I really want to play it.
Yeah, same here. But, more excited than anything about Streets of Rage 4. I think we told this story on stream before, but like one time, like when I first got my CRT hooked up, Alicia and I just randomly decided, I was like, hey, come check this out, and we started playing Streets of Rage 2. And of course, I've first played it years and years ago. I first played it on the Dreamcast Sega Smash Pack.
Yeah, but I never played it.
Yeah, and we sat there and played the entire game.
Yeah, so fun!
Yeah.
The music's so good! Yeah, I'm really excited for 4.
Mm-hmm. And I believe they brought back the original composer as well.
Oh,
I believe.
That's exciting.
I know he did the new music for the Genesis Classic.
Yeah, did he? Oh, apparently from Nintendo Life, says Just Andre. The next update for the Panzer Dragoon remake adds 60 FPS support, HD rumble, and gyro controls.
Well, that is fantastic.
Well, damn, you have me at gyro controls.
Dr. Matt says, how big is your Josh, how big is your backlog? Like, I don't keep track. I don't even keep track of that. There's no point.
Yeah, I got too many games in my backlog to ever, like... I can make a list to make myself feel real bad about it.
Yeah, I don't even bother. I'm never going to play everything I want to play, and that's okay. There's a lot of games out there.
Yeah.
Like, I was never one of those people who would, like, look at their Steam list and be like, okay, I need to try to beat some of these games before I get new ones.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't worry about it.
Yeah, I used to be really, like, anal about that. Or, like, you know, get stressed about it, but now I just play whatever I'm in the mood for.
But, you know, as I say 100 billion times throughout every Metroid video, I'm not a completionist. Yeah. I have met the completionist, though. He was a cool guy.
Oh, right on. Oh, I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah.
I listened.
Oh, God!
Do.
I gotta say, though, at least at this point, Amy hasn't been, like, that difficult. She's very controllable.
Seems pretty fun.
I think the toughest thing with her would be just, like, getting the timing on, like, the fact that if she just jumps, she's not automatically invulnerable.
Yeah. Ooh, Hacksmaster says, how do you feel about the rumored Super Metroid remake speculated to come out a year after Prime 4? I didn't even know that was being speculated.
I don't think that specifically is being speculated, but there have been rumors about a Super Metroid remake. Yeah, I had this whole part scripted out near the end of the Samus Returns video, and I cut it because it was just a little too far out of left field. A little too much of a tangent, you know? But, like, I really, like, if like, another 2D Metroid game gets remade, of course I'm gonna play it.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I'll really enjoy it. But I'm not interested in any other 2D Metroid games getting remade.
Yeah, I'd really like to just see a new Metroid game.
Like, I think...
I know Prime 4 is coming out, but I would love another 2D one.
Yeah. Like, what I did leave in the episode was that, like, you know, it's been almost 20 years since Metroid 4. You know, give us Metroid 5 already.
Yeah. I really just want something new.
And,
I want
like,
new beautiful music. And new planets.
And, like, there was a very compelling case to be made that both Metroid 1 and 2, like, needed the remake treatment.
Yeah.
For how important they are and, like, you know, how primordial they are compared to what came later. But no other 2D Metroid game, like, really stands to benefit a whole lot from being remade.
Like, Super Metroid holds up so good, you know?
I mean, there are people who, like, have trouble with it because, like, the jump physics feel floaty and the controls are a little convoluted.
Yeah.
But, like, you know, sort of comparing it to, like, Fusion and Zero Mission. But, like, you know, that stuff, at least for me, like, takes, like, next to no time to adjust to.
Yeah. Hi. Our kitten is back on the laptop.
So, yeah, that's kind of my answer. Like, I will play it, I will enjoy it. Oh god, I'm gonna die. No, I'm fine. Saved it.
Biffy.
But I'd really, really prefer just having, you know, a proper sequel already.
Yeah, same.
Oh, that's how I scripted in the original. Okay, now I remember. Like, take the like, this gen, what we've seen is, like, the Crash Bandicoot and the Spyro the Dragon. Oh yeah, I can hammer spikes. Forgot about that. like the Crash Bandicoot and the Spyro remakes are kind of like emblematic of a bit of a pattern I've noticed. Because when those Crash remakes were announced, I was like, okay, they're gonna like test the market, and if this is successful, then ooh, I see how this works. I don't think I've ever been here before. Then we'll probably get like a proper new Crash game. Like this will help rebirth the franchise, and maybe that'll still happen. I never say never.
Oh man!
But you know what we got next was a Crash Team Racing remake, and I kind of get it, because, like, look at what happened with the Ratchet and Clank thing that was a reboot and not a remake.
Yeah, but that's different. That was dumb.
It is, I know, but, like...
But God, remember the reaction at E3 when they had the whole big fancy stage that they made look like a Crash Bandicoot level, and then they just announced the HD collection and everyone got sad?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think that's because they thought it was just going to be, like... direct ports of the PlayStation versions.
Yeah.
But yeah, in any case, I do get it. We live in such a, like, nostalgia-obsessed moment in pop culture right now.
Yeah.
Like, I get, like, if they had come out and said, okay, we're making a brand new Crash Bandicoot game in the style of the old ones, that would have gotten a lot of people excited. But if they said what they did say, we're bringing back your childhood favorites for HD.
Yeah.
That's just gonna get a lot more people, like, hyped. It's gonna get a lot more attention.
Yeah.
And I think that's why...
It's easier, so.
And given how incredibly expensive games are to make nowadays, which is, I think, a big part of the problem with why we don't see more, like, innovation in like, outside of indie gaming anymore. Like, you want to talk about why we don't get any 3D platformers? I think that's why.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't hate remakes at all. I'm all for them. That shouldn't be like all that a franchise's output comes down to.
Yeah. I wonder if they're gonna start remaking other Final Fantasy games now. I don't think that's gonna happen.
I kinda don't either.
7's such, like, you know, the big one.
Yeah.
As much as I'd love to see a fancy, like, Final Fantasy 9 beautiful remake.
And I kind of feel bad, like, because I can imagine being in that position. Like, Lennon, when I was talking to the Final Fantasy about the FF7 remake with Lennon, one of his favorite Super Nintendo games is Final Fantasy VI.
Yeah.
And he was saying how cool it would be to get a remake of that.
That would be awesome.
Man, you know, games like FF6 and Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy X even are very, like, they have really dedicated fan bases.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm not sure if they made the kind of mainstream impact where a remake on this level would be feasible.
Yeah, 7 was just such a, you know, turning point.
Like, it was the game that made RPGs mainstream in America.
Yeah.
Whew, let's see how the chat's doing. Hey, Robot Dinosaur, I am a hopeless nostalgic who only liked that game. That's the only Final Fantasy I ever got into.
Final Fantasy VII is great.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've been playing the original one, like, occasionally, while I've been playing the remake, and it still holds up.
But, like, I was never one of those people who was like, oh, man, why are they even bothering Squall Leonhard? Like, I understood what Final Fantasy was about.
Yeah.
Oh, alright, I'll play Arid Canyon too. I said earlier I was just gonna I was gonna stop and show the surprise thing now. But I really do like Arid Canyon, he said as he fell off a cliff.
Yeah, I'm really a fan. I am really surprised they haven't put 1 through 6 on the Switch. Final Fantasy.
God, you know, they've put like
really weird.
They put like Secret of Mana on there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd think it'd be a shoo-in.
Or even like Chrono Trigger. I want to buy Chrono Trigger again for like the 7th time.
Okay, how is Amy gonna do this?
I'll fucking do it. I ain't scared.
Yeah, I would probably buy Chrono Trigger on Switch, honestly.
Yeah, I love Chrono Trigger.
That's one of those games. That's one of those games where it's like, man, if I really focus on it, I'm gonna get into it and I'm gonna love it.
Oh yeah, I love Chrono Trigger. It's so fun.
Yeah.
And the story's so good.
And the kitten's on my laptop again.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
What?
Oh, I thought she closed it.
I don't think she closed it. I think she just minimized the window. Nope, we're good. Oh, people are wanting me to show off the Metal Sonic race as well.
Well, I guess you're just gonna have to.
I guess I'm just gonna be set here and play Sonic Robo Blast 2 all night, but don't worry, I was gonna do that anyway.
Devin Kirk, I've played Bravely Default, and I'm playing Bravely Second right now. I love Bravely Default.
Got a super chat from Dr. Mad, thank you very much.
Dr. Mad, thank you! I'm cynical of recent remakes because many of them are the series owners admitting that the series went wrong, and instead of fixing it, they decide to just blatantly appeal to people's nostalgia.
Well, I mean, I guess I'm not, like, super hardcore into, like, the Crash Bandicoot fandom or anything. But, like, I guess you could say that's sort of an example of it, because I know that the Crash Bandicoot games fell off a cliff in terms of their notoriety somewhere in there.
Yeah.
So yeah, like, instead of making a new one, making a proper new one, and, like, making, like, something more contemporary that captures the magic of the old one, sort of like Donkey Kong Country Returns did.
Yeah.
Whenever I say the word recapturing the magic, that's where my mind goes. Yeah. And by the way, bringing it back to Sonic, this is one reason why I think a straight remake of Sonic Adventure would be a huge mistake.
Oh yeah, I agree. There's no way they would please anybody.
And what I mean by that is, like, if it was just Sonic Adventure and it played the same way, but it was prettier. If it was a Sonic Adventure remake in the style of the Crash Bandicoot trilogy, man. Like, even the people who want that don't really want that, because bringing that game in that state back, like, into the mainstream spotlight would do no favors for its reputation.
No.
And I'm saying this, by the way, as somebody who loves Sonic Adventure. It's one of my favorite Sonic games. But, like, I
just don't see that going well.
Oh, God. That was a bad jump. But, like, I can recognize, you know, how it comes across to people who've never played it before, you know?
Yeah. But that's why we love it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but yeah, I am really looking forward to Bravely Default 2. I really like the demo. And the Brave and Default system in the game is so addicting. Seriously, just defaulting a bunch of times and then just unleashing all of your moves all at once is so fun.
Cool. Anyway, back to Sonic.
They were asking about it.
I know, I'm just kidding. To complete my thought, though, I think that I'm back here again.
Oh, I thought you were done with your thought.
No, it's okay.
Might be.
I think if a Sonic Adventure remake is going to happen, it needs to be more in the style of what the Final Fantasy VII remake is, in that it's the same. It's the game as it would have been if it were made now, basically.
Yeah.
Oh man, we've been going for a while. My throat's starting to hurt.
Yeah, I got the cotton mouth.
Somebody says, so then would you want a Sonic Adventure 3, or at least a game that returns to the adventure formula? Honestly, if they can just give me a Sonic game that's, like, well-made and well-polished and focused and, like, knows what it's trying to do and trying to be, I'll probably be happy with it. I have more personal preferences than that I could get into, but above all else, if they can just give me a good Sonic game with, like, replayable levels and, like, then I'm gonna be happy. Whether it's boost formula or whether it's not, whether it's classic Sonic or whether it's not, like, what it comes down to is just, you know.
Yeah, you can find something to love pretty much in every Sonic game.
I have, yeah.
Even 06. So.
Even 06. I'm gonna find a way to have a good time, unless it's Sonic Heroes, and then I went the wrong way.
And then you cried.
And then I cried.
Yeah.
Alright, that's okay. I'm gonna show off this Metal Sonic race. And then the surprise thing, and then we're done.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, this'll do it. Yeah, Black Core Zone Act 1.
Give the people what they want.
So, like I said, my first time playing this, what I was doing basically anytime I came to a platforming section was just using Tails to boost over it. And in this level, you have to outrace Metal Sonic. So, like, you can't take the time to stop and have Tails pick you up. You just have to be good at it. So I was, like, really forced to get good at it here. And, like, I played this... You were there.
Oh, I remember.
I just played this over and over and over again.
Oh, man.
And, you know, I may not get it this time. It is still pretty tough.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where you fail a billion times, and then when you finally get it, it's the most amazing feeling.
Yeah. Oh, Jake Schweber says, I have an idea. Shadow the Hedgehog Reloaded, developed by Platinum Games. You joke, but I'd play it.
I mean, if you're ever gonna run the risk of doing, like, it would be such a huge risk to do that again, but if you were gonna do it, that would be the way to do it.
Just fucking steer into it.
Yeah, make it this combination speed platformer spectacle fighter, and that could be really, really cool, honestly.
That could be really cool. Also, someone was asking, like, do you think a Sonic RPG would work now, or how would you do it? I think, like, a really cute Sonic RPG, like Super Mario RPG or something would be cute. Let's make it cute. I like cute.
I mean, it better have the Freedom Fighters in it, or I'm not playing it. That's all. I'm kidding. Yeah, of course it could work. Like, you know... The unfortunate thing about Sonic right now, and this we alluded to this a little, like, much earlier. Oh, God.
Sonic!
It's kind of hard to do this and talk at the same time. I'll give it one more try.
Sorry.
Like, the brand isn't strong enough right now, it hasn't been in a very long time, to really support the idea of spin-offs. Like, they've struggled to even keep the main series consistent, so, like... Doing a spin-off is, like, until you get that in order, like, what even was the last Sonic... Well, I guess Team Sonic Racing. The last Sonic game was a spin-off, look at me. But you know what I mean.
Yes.
I guess, like, character-specific spin-offs.
Dr. Matt asks, what's a Freedom Fighter?
You know what a Freedom Fighter is, don't you give me that shit. You know, Freedom Fighter is that 2003... GameCube Xbox release.
Oh my.
That was a pretty fun game, too.
Oh no, but it would totally have to be a Kamiya Platinum's Games game. Someone was asking, would it be a Kamiya game or like a Nier Automata deal? It would be just, it would need to be this super self-indulgent, ridiculous, over-the-top thing. In the best way possible.
Oh, god damn. Thank you for talking and giving me the chance to focus on platforming for a bit.
You're welcome.
I think I can get him. Yeah, Speed Thok. That's what that move is called.
Is it?
Ooh. Okay. Yeah, people are... Before I realized about Team Sonic Racing, other people were too.
Yeah.
Alright, and here's the last thing. This is a mod I found the other day called Neo Sonic. And it adds a new character to the game, Neo Sonic.
The boy.
The green-eyed boy. You can see he has a full animation set and everything, and unique attributes. He has the homing attack. He is extremely fast and extremely slippery. And after running for a while, he goes into boost mode, which does not like destroy enemies, but it's faster and he jumps higher.
That's really cool.
And it's a very difficult but very fun way to play the game.
Oh, people want you to do the races, Amy.
I would have to unlock the races, Amy, and I haven't yet. So.
Oh, ouch!
So I can't do that. Three hours of the stream. Oh yeah, it's called the homing Thok, not the homing attack. In reference to other Sonic Robo Blast 2 terminology. And when boosting, he can also go through spikes.
Ooh.
But man, it's hard to control. Like when I first loaded up this mod and tried it out, I was like, I wasn't having a great time because he's so freaking fast. But I think I'm getting the hang of him now.
Devin Craig says your homing attack acts differently depending on if you hold it until you hit the enemy or not.
Oh yeah, if you just tap it, then you do that. But if you hold it, you get a little more hide off of it.
Merely a fan says we won't be truly impressed till we get to the Silver the Hedgehog SRB2 mod complete with psychokinesis.
You know, I'm pretty like there may be one.
Oh god.
I've seen some pretty crazy mods with this game.
There's no use.
It does kind of look like Advance 2 Sonic.
Yeah, it does.
He also makes most of the bosses just hilariously easy. Just by having the homing attack. And, like, he's so freaking fast that, like, you gotta just do this.
Oh, man. Just make a tornado around him.
No, to do a tornado, you have to switch to speed formation.
Yes.
And then jump and hit the B button. And then you'll swing around the swingy pole automatically, and they'll just jump from pole to pole. Uh-oh.
The Chicken Lord Draw says, how about Yoshi? Can you play as Yoshi?
I think there's a mod where you can play as a Flicky.
Ooh. Game had Yoshi.
Alright, I think this is going to be the last level.
Techno Hill Zone.
Techno Hill Zone, and then we're going to end the stream. So if there's any questions you guys have, or anything you want to talk about, speak
Throw
now.
them at us.
That was a little weird. I think I ran into him and hit a spring at the same time.
Daniel Craig says, can confirm Silver is a mod.
Of course he is.
Yoshi is also a mod! Baby!
Would you like to try that out sometime?
Yeah!
Like, here's a path split. Knuckles, and I believe Amy as well, can break this wall and go on a path exclusive for them.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
You remember, I think it was 2 streams ago, when for some reason I couldn't stop doing that?
Yeah! It's really fun, though.
I was annoying myself with it. I was doing it so much.
Oh, Telenor! Thank you for the super chat. We appreciate you.
Aw, you're already paying for us to play this. You don't gotta super chat us.
Yeah, not at all. A Kirby mod? Where's the Solid Snake mod?
Man, I do need to look more into mods for this game.
There's probably like a gazillion.
Yeah, as long as it's been around.
But I want to be my boy Curb.
Would you rather be Curb or Yoshi?
Oh, Curb.
Really? Wow.
My greatest son.
Yeah, true. That makes sense.
There needs to be a Big the Cat mod.
There probably is.
There probably is. Oh, Proto Luigi says, I like your channel. Do you play shmups? If so, would you? Thank you for liking the channel.
Thank you very much. I've played a couple of shmups, but I've never... I don't know, can you think of one that I've really played a lot of?
Gunstar Hero.
Oh, yeah, okay. That's
Metal
true.
Slug. We played Metal Slug.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Gunstar Heroes might be the only one I've actually like finished though. But man,
Yeah.
I love that game.
It's very fun.
But what self-respecting owner of a Sega Genesis wouldn't love Gunstar Heroes?
Yeah. There's a Werehog mod, baby!
Oh, I know about that one.
Oh, Mackenzie Peters, thank you so much. They say, this is unpopular, but I lost interest in Final Fantasy VII Remake. I remember when everyone thought it was going to be a launch title for the PS3 in 2006.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I remember.
Don't blame you.
Well, it was Square's own fault. I'm Sony's own fault, really.
Yeah.
Like, at E3...
Like, what were they thinking
2005, they had that, like, tech demo video of, like, the intro
Oh, what
as
were they
rendered on
thinking?
PS3.
What they think was gonna happen.
And then there was something else that somebody else did a few years later that was kind of similar to that. Like, I think they learned their lesson of, like, don't show something like this if you do not intend to actually release it.
Yeah, like when Nintendo did that, kind of.
Yeah, that was
Zelda.
it. Yeah, Nintendo showed off, like, a realistic, quote-unquote, Zelda.
Mm-hmm. Which made everyone get mad at Wind Waker unfairly.
People would have been mad at Wind Waker even without that, I'm pretty sure.
Well, they can kiss my grits.
But that made it even worse, yeah. It was where the culture was in 2001.
Merely a fan asks, what game are you most surprised hasn't gotten a remake?
That's an interesting question.
Yeah, it is.
I'm a little bit, like... Well, no, I don't know. Is that really that? I was gonna say I'm surprised that, like, you can't play any of Valve's games
Ooh.
on, like,
Yeah.
PS4, aside from PlayStation Now.
I feel like a Half-Life remake is, like, inevitable.
Yeah, true.
Like the original Half-Life, especially.
But even then, I'm talking more about ports. As far as remakes goes,
sorry.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's kind of a tough question, because...
I mean, Ocarina of Time already got its remake, kind of.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's got to be like this like well-respected game that just doesn't have any way that's still locked onto an older console.
Parappa the Rapper.
Well, that did get a remake.
Oh, I forgot!
Yeah.
Oh, man. Oh, a Star Tropics remake would be really cool. You licking your foot?
See, I feel like I've got something on, like, the tip of my tongue, you know?
Yeah.
There was something we were looking at the other day where, I think it was a video we were watching where they were talking about, like, how the notoriety of this series has been damaged because, like, you can still only play it on... Oh, here we go. Crisis Core. Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it was.
Like, if freaking Birth by Sleep got an HD port, like, damn. I want to play Crisis Core.
Like, and plus, that game apparently only ever came out on UMD Media.
Yeah.
So, like, you can't even play it on a Vita. You gotta play it with that little analog nub.
Yeah, that sucks. Oh, shit.
A new recipe?
Recipe. Thank you
very much.
Watched all the Metroid videos you made. Favorite was the Prime 2 video. Also,
I appreciate that. My favorite was also the Prime 2 video.
I appreciate your Iggy icon. He's the best boy in 15.
Like Iggy from off of Iggy's Wrecking Balls?
Nah, from Final Fantasy 15.
Iggy is in the 1996 Olympics mascot?
Yes, you nailed it.
Ah, okay.
Mackenzie Peters, thank you as well.
Thank you very much.
They say at least FF7 met expectations, unlike Duke Nukem Forever. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Man, I still feel so sad. One of my friends is a huge Duke Nukem fan, and he was a little bit delusional about it for a while, I remember.
Really?
Like, when it came out, he was like, no, it's really not that bad. It's actually really fun.
No.
Which, you know, I was, to a degree, kind of like that with Sonic 06 myself, so, you know.
Yeah.
And Sonic 4. I did that with same shit with Sonic 4. Oh. It's like, no, it's not that bad. It's great.
Yeah. Jeez.
It's Sonic the Hedgehog 4. It can't possibly be bad. Well.
I remember feeling that way about Dragon Age 2.
But alright, I think we're gonna call it a night here as Neo Sonic jaunts back and forth slowly.
Oh wait, Samus Gaming says that they're making an RPG and want to know what they should name the main character.
Is the main character a boy or a girl?
Ooh, yeah, that's an important question there.
I'm gonna say Daisy. Name it after our cat.
There's already a Daisy in gaming.
Well, not that Daisy. Our Daisy is not named after that Daisy.
Well, true.
I like how modern Sonic has the side mouth. His mouth is always on whichever side is closest to the camera.
Yeah. Name them Poseidon.
There you go. Yeah, you're good at coming up with names.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I'm good at coming up with stupid names.
You're always like looking at a flower and being like, and this flower's name is Tallulah.
Name your character Beulah. Oh wait, it's a boy.
Oh, okay.
What's a boy name I've always liked?
Josh.
I always like Cecil, but you know, Final Fantasy IV, so.
Cloud Strife.
Name him Cornelius.
Like fudge?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Name him... Oh, man. That thing where you can never think of what you're trying to think of when you need to think of it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Tip of my tongue, just humming with Crisis
Yeah.
Core.
Name him Kalen, oh no.
Name him Kalen! Oh, man.
Name him Rupert.
No, Kalen is my answer now.
Yeah, okay, I like Kalen.
Name him Kalen.
Name him Kalen.
And then have him really, really hate water levels and killers.
Yes.
For those of you who don't get that, that is a very old Geek critique in joke.
Tiger wants to know if we have any thoughts on the RE4 remake or the Resident Evil remakes.
I mean, like I said, well, I played the Resi 2 remake demo when it first came out.
I just think a Resident Evil 4 remake would be kind of redundant because, like, all the, the Resident
Evil... yeah, that's what people were saying.
Yeah.
I remember now.
Like, the Resident Evil 2 remake pretty much just gave it Resident Evil 4's combat.
Couldn't
so,
make it
like,
that time.
What would you even do? And also, Resident Evil 4 still looks really good. Just saying.
Oh, somebody asks, why is the sprite modern Sonic? Yeah, this is a character mod. It adds the homing Thok, and he's generally like much faster. He enters a boost mode after a while. But yeah, I talked about that when I first started playing as him. But we're gonna call it a night here. We're starving as usual.
Woo! Have a good night, everybody. Hang in there. Keep your heads up.
Man, I really might give Resident Evil 4 a try if it is as arcadey and enjoyable as the people say.
It's very video gamey and arcadey. And Leon Scott Kennedy is the best.
Really quick, what advice would you give to someone else who wants to start a YouTube channel? Just have a good time with it, like, it is more than likely going to take you a very long time to, like, really break out and be successful, and that's okay. Expect that, but, like, just do your very best. Like, make sure that you're making every video as good as you can. If you don't know video editing very well, then you might consider just editing, like, Let's Plays or simpler videos at first to get the hang of that. That's how I did it. And yeah, just, cover subjects that you care about and that you want to share your perspective on. Have a good time with it.
Make numbered lists.
There you go. Make nothing but negative top 10 lists.
That's a joke. Don't do that.
Put boobies and arrows in red circles in every thumbnail, and you will...
Insert the arrow in the boobies.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a winner.
And you will reach 100,000 subscribers. You will blow past me in no time.
That's not true. That is a joke.
It is quite true that you will blow past me in no time.
No, I'm going to put you in a headlock. I'm not going to do that. I love you.
But yeah, thanks for coming, you guys.
Have a good night, everybody.
Talk to you next time. My throat is killing me, but I'm going to do this anyway. Until next time, Geek Critique Galaxy. You keep geeking.
We'll keep
critiquing. Thanks so much, everyone. Have a great night.
Have a good night, everybody. Hang in there.